just did.
Hold on, champ. I am not having a good Wednesday. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Invader Gurn. That was well timed. Very helpful. I'll be right back, chat. Chill out for a second.
Wicked sick.
Ooh, what a slow start. Slow start to a stream. We never get to this part of the song. Very rarely. Hey everyone, sorry I am starting late. You know what's annoying is I was all ready to go at 1 and then we just had little things just constantly stopping the stream. We do not have like Sneaky Mouse tech today. If it goes off, cool, but it's not working, so No Juno did one of those things that I'm gonna scold him for. You don't roll out an hour before a show unless you can be at the show. You never do that. Ever. I'm kind of glad he did it though, because he did it to me. And one day I want No Juno and me to be able to help other streamers do tech stuff. So I'm glad I got to experience this very stressful feeling. So I can really explain that we can't ever do that. You can't ever have tech roll out and you don't have it. It's sad too. No Juno had Sneaky Mon tech that he was excited about and we were going to show today. But he rushed it out. No. He rushed it out, and because he rushed it out, now we have no technologies. That's a bad call. Hi Bob, how are you doing? I'm being your background sounds during science time. I don't know what that means. What type of science are you doing? Oh man, Haunter, these are Gengar. These cameras, these things are so laggy. Watch this, ready? And clap. Wow.
I'm writing a note about that because we can fix that.
I don't think that's fixable. So the camera swap is an XSplit zoom, and this is where, like, as much as I love XSplit, I don't know if the features outweigh simple things like camera delay.
Well, what are the features nowadays? I don't know anything about XSplit anymore.
I have to. There's a list. There's a list of small things that kind of make it why I use it. The biggest reason why I use it though is because other people don't use it, so it just makes it's just in a game where you're trying to stand out. Why would you use the mainstream platform over the secondary platform when they have? Oh, they're almost the same, but there's some subtle different features. You know, like here, come out on screen.
Right.
I'll show you. Well, I'll show you one of the things.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do this in whoa! We can put you into the 3D space. And it's a novelty. It's a fun novelty. I've used it for a lot of just on the fly gags on stream before. I don't use it much anymore, but I have used it.
It's nice. It's nice to have just in case. Yeah, there is an opportunity.
I don't even know how to reset you.
What do you mean?
Well, here we go. I figured it out. There you go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's an amusing novelty, is what it is.
Sure.
I've had fun with it, but I mean, like the way it does, I'm doing camera zooms is I'm doing macros. So I have foot pedals; they're bound to buttons, and as far as I can tell, the macros are based on just like raw PC speed. Hey, Delta, Dark Lord, Invader Gurn, Zulu, Louie, Crunchy, Meerkat. Thanks for the 10, my man. Gorb with the 20, by the way. I believe that was a Gremlin donation. I appreciate that, my Gremlin. Let's get the show started, guys, because I'm late today, and this is a double stream day. Later today, not for Digital Bards. You guys might see it because we might want to crop it up for YouTube. I'm joining some guys for what is the only thing I can describe it as, like a role play workshop, because what they do is they play an army game, and it's like any army game ever, as far as I can tell. However, these guys are all like people like Purple, Grum, Baby Shoes, a lot of people from the Crew RP. Some people I haven't had to I've never played with, but I've seen their role play and they're amazing, like Keontae. What they do is they just like role play army guys, and they take their characters and they put them in war, and then when they die they swap characters. And I was like, yeah, sign me up, because that means I can be Sea Dog Billy 1 minute, and then Cheeto Bandito the next minute, and then Phineas Beringster the next minute, and then Monica Rupert the next minute. I don't even remember the game name. It's like, no offense to the game. I feel like it's a generic name. It might as well be called Army Man the Game 2. It's called Insurgency, right? Sandstorm is the name of the game. I don't know. I wasn't appealed to play the game in any way, but I was appealed to the role play, so I was like, sign me up. So I'm going to be trying that later tonight, and you guys might see it as YouTube audience if we decide to cut it up, because it could be really funny. But today we're going to be today's going to be a short Digital Bards, because I don't really have a lot to talk to you guys about, because I didn't really work too much for the community. On Thursday night, I started working with Ghost, and Ghost Flames in our community has done a lot of these long form videos. So like, if you guys remember on Digital Bards, we saw like top 10 rats. That was one of the videos he did. Is Ghost here? The top 10 rats, wasn't the best video in the world, but it made me laugh. Oh shit, he's here. Okay, I can't rip on his rat movie. It made me laugh, and what I really liked about it, and what I gave kind of props to Ghost for, was he was already doing long form videos, because anyone who tries this video editing will know that if your project is more than like 30 seconds, sometimes it can take a while to get that thing done. Like if you try to edit like a 10 or a 15 or a 30-minute video, you might find yourself working on it for a week or a month. Especially if it's one of your very first videos. And so that's why when we first started doing Digital Bards, the very first thing I try to give out to people to promote creative video editing was the Jimmy the Rat commercials. And we've said this before. Jimmy is a 20-second video. So anyone can really work on a 20-second video and kind of like finish it in a day. And it's kind of cool if you do that and you finish the video in the day. I'll either show it on stream here, or I'll just probably talk about it in private to you to like be like, hey, what did you do this in? What about this? What about this? I just like promoting that interaction that gives another artist reason to keep going. Because that is actually one of the hardest parts of doing this stuff, especially when you're new and you feel like nobody is watching anything you make. You need a reason to do more. And the thing I've learned as an artist is we as like, give me the Wii shop. We're gonna have to talk. We're going on a tangent before we start whatever we're actually talking about today. We as a society love to promote the youth. Okay, we love to promote it. But like as an artist, you really probably don't make your best art till like later on in your career. And most of the stuff you do when you're new is like, you know, the stuff you did when you're new. So like a lot of people, you guys have maybe seen some of the things I've done. I got to make the DBZ Minecraft mod, which was a cool, it felt like a game within a game. Like a lot of people who played that, that was more important to them than Minecraft. Like there was people who got Minecraft to play DBZ. That's kind of cool, you know? And so what was cool with working with Ghost is Ghost kept doing these long form videos, and I was like, damn, if Ghost is really like already doing these videos, I want to try to work on him with like an actual video project. One where, you know, maybe it produces some sort of content, because he'll get to feel that creator's rush. The best part of whenever you finish something is if there's an audience of people to enjoy it. And the nice thing is if you create something with me, you basically get to experience the same audience, you know, because our project then goes out and then you get to see everybody else celebrating your work. And so I had this idea at Christmas time because I watched that new Star Wars show on the Disney Plus network website, and it was called The Mandalorian, and it was made by the same director, creator, executive producer of Iron Man, who basically started the entire franchise. Mr. I'm not good with names. Why is Happy's name slipping on me, man? John. Yeah, man, like I've seen so much of his stuff. I remember when he was in Friends. Jon Favreau, thank you. He made the Mandalorian, and man, that was a good show. I went into the Mandalorian thinking it would not be good. Okay, I gave it no respect. I didn't even know Jon Favreau was working on it, and then I saw the show and I was like, this was pleasantly surprising. You know, I thought maybe like the middle of the show was a little weak. It got to a point where it felt like every episode was just like, I guess we're doing something new each week, but it doesn't really matter the main plot. But honestly, that was only for like one episode. The first two, how it starts and how it ends are so good, you know? And I think I was probably just a little too picky on the middle. I was in that, Star Wars sucks, so everything about this sucks mentality. I think it's the type of show where every time I watch it now, I'll probably really enjoy it. You know, I think I'll probably enjoy it a little bit more. And when I was watching it, one of the things I noticed was, and this is not, I don't even think the show realizes it did this. The entire show plays out like a video game. And the writers of the show don't play video games, so there's no way they intended this. I don't believe it. But the whole show feels to me like a Star Wars video game and not a Star Wars show. And I like, when we were watching with Megan, I was like, if you just took this show and you treated it like an RPG, it would be kind of funny as an abridged series, you know? And so I had that idea, and I had talked about it on stream with you guys, and I wanted to work with Ghost for the project, so I was like, okay, let's try to do maybe a Mandalorian abridged thing and see where it goes. And I didn't know how to do this, and I thought the idea would be I would write something and then voice it and give it to him. And I was like, I don't know. So I just kind of started exploring it, because it's like, I knew I wanted to work on something with Ghost. He was energetic to work on it. So what do? And then the thing is, I don't have an idea for where this project is going. I'm just kind of trying to figure it out. But I know I want to give something to Ghost for him to work on, and it has to be video editing. So I start working on the very first episode. and then I just finish it. I make it so there's nothing for Ghost to do, because the problem was, I didn't want to, like, it was hard to write something because the whole thing is all action for the most part. So I kind of had to go into my video editor and just start editing and start just dubbing over lines, you know? Just start going like, you know, we'll do it. Hold on. So hey, I'm the Mandalorian, and wait, what was your name, dude?
I am Robot Man.
Oh, cool. That's pretty cool. Again, I'm the Mandalorian, and wait, have we met before? Like, did we work on a mission or something? Don't I know you?
Yes, you killed me at the end of episode 1.
And so that's all I was really doing. I was just kind of like just goofing off and just kind of matching some stuff to the lines. And honestly, they're not really that great. At the start, they're just kind of, it is what it is. It's just me kind of messing about and making these characters. And I did a few episodes, and finally I got to episode 4 when I was like, okay, this is a big block of text. I can make it fun for Ghost, and he can just edit that up. And then I was like, that's how I could do this show. I would just go and I would kind of edit this stuff up. And then I could give it to Ghost, you know, whenever there's a good talking one, and just let him do through it, and we could go back and forth, and it would give him a chance to kind of work on it with me. And by doing that, I've stumbled into how cool and awesome a project this is. So it's kind of just the thing I'm gonna do for a while. There's 8 episodes of The Mandalorian, and I've now edited 1 into 18 episodes. I didn't really abridge it very good. Normally, when you abridge things, you make it shorter, and I mean, I sort of made it shorter, but then some parts I made longer. So now what's fun about this though is this show is really cool because it's a really good way to demonstrate what is the deep meta. And I say this phrase all the time, and I hit this bell, and now you guys will hear like deep meta, but like it's okay if you're like, I don't really know what the fuck you mean when you say that, Rob. I don't know what deep meta is. So, Gengar, what is meta? Do you know what the word meta actually means?
It's like fourth wall.
It's a fourth wall. It's a self-referential thing. Well, I don't know what Google would define it as, but they'd probably say it's talking about yourself in the fourth person or being self-referential or something, right? So, deep meta essentially applies a really deep meta connection. Right? That's all they are. And that's one of the things that makes something for you guys kind of fun when you watch the show The Mandalorian. Now, if you've ever seen my character Cheeto Bandito in Grand Theft Auto, then you know some things about Cheeto Bandito. So when you see me reuse this character as an artist in a future artwork, you can kind of figure out things before they happen. Now, I am doing The Mandalorian assuming you've never heard of Cheeto Bandito. He doesn't call himself Cheeto Bandito, he's the Mandalorian. In Cheeto's mind, he's an actor on Disney Plus's new show by Jon Favreau, The Mandalorian. Right? That's what he is in his mind. And the writing isn't very good, because I guess Cheeto also wrote it. He's writer, director, he is the man. But what's neat is if you're a fan and you've watched a lot of Cheeto or the Grand Theft Auto, you immediately start to realize things and know things about the character. And this now, maybe some of you didn't watch my Grand Theft Auto stuff, but if you watched Roams Live, or you are a part of Dwarves vs. Zombies, or you're a part of Pokemon Rob, or anything I've created, you see those meta connections all the time. I'm constantly using them because I have found that for improv and roleplay, you are constantly building on what you know, especially with your characters. Your characters kind of evolve into things, and the best characters are when you stop thinking, what do I want to do, and what would my character do? And that's basically what deep meta is for the audience. Deep meta is when you understand something that's going to happen, or you understand why a character did something because of the meta. For me, if you really want to understand and appreciate my stuff, you kind of have to have watched more than one of it. For example, Bruce Willikers would say more than 5 is a waste. Now, if you played Dwarves vs. Zombies, you would know that he said this because he believed walls shouldn't be higher than 5, because any higher than that, you would just fall off the wall and you would kind of hurt yourself. And that was just kind of like silly and goofy. Right? That's why he would say it. We would also stream a lot, and my friends would laugh when I say more than 5 is a waste, and they'd make it a penis joke. So then it had that part to it. Like everyone would just be like, ha ha, that's what she said, right? So it just became a thing that Bruce would say. He would say more than 5 is a waste. It was his catchphrase. But what's funny about that is in roleplay, and especially in improv, sometimes these catchphrases, these meta jokes that become deep meta jokes, become rules. More than 5 is a waste. When I go into U-Realms, suddenly there's a lot of things where that idea, more than 5 is a waste, gets applied. When I did the movie Top 10 Numbers from 1 through 10, the only reason I really picked number 5 is because I think the number 5 is a funny sounding number, but also more than 5 is a waste, I can't make the number 1. That's too basic. Number 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, saying 5 is kind of short and funny. 5, and more than 5 is a waste. Suddenly I've made a joke. There can only be one number, and that one number is 5. And then I did it again. And suddenly I'm in this position where I'm like, interesting. I got this one number 5, and I got all these deep meta referential things to it, So I got this fun, weird, deep meta. What does this 5 mean? I'm keep talking about 5. And I tell everybody, hey, at Christmas, I'm giving away my art in 5 years. Well, this year is the year of the rat. Does anyone want to guess what year it is in 5 years? In 2024? It's the year of the dragon. That's amusing. Isn't that amusing? That's just an amusing thing. And I do that a lot, where if you understand my references and you understand my jokes, sometimes those little tiny things are not only just like references, they're also just fun little quirks. Because I've thought of something and I see a connection and I go, I'm going to lean into that. Because that's what role players do, right? You lean into things that kind of work. So when you're making all these references and you're doing all these jokes and you're making all these numbers 5, suddenly you start seeing the connections. You're like, oh, okay, why am I putting U-Realms live in the public domain in 5 years? Well, that's the year of the dragon, which is interesting. We're starting on the year of the rat. That's interesting. That's deep meta. Deep meta is kind of like your love and appreciation for the artist and not the art, I remember I used to play a lot of competitive games, and that's when I first started hearing the words meta a lot, right? And right. I don't remember the term deep meta, but I always remember people talking about older metas, and it was always cool when a strategy that was like a year or 2 old would come back out of fucking nowhere, because it was just like, you could only appreciate why that was cool if you understood the deep meta, It was kind of neat. So that's what deep meta is, if you didn't know. It's just your love and appreciation for the artists. All right. Now, I want to show somebody who said some really love and appreciation. They submitted something for this week. This is a chill month. I really haven't focused on getting you guys to make anything cool, so I appreciate anyone just sending in goofs. I have not been doing a good job of getting back to you guys. This week, on Thursday, like I said, I started working on Ghost on that thing, and then I got inspired, and I was just like, I am running with this. And so I made 17 episodes of that Mandalorian. Wait, 18? 17 or 18? I don't remember. 17 or 18 episodes of The Mandalorian. And probably every week, I'm going to try to cut up 1 episode for the next 8 weeks. And that might just be something I do, and it might take away from the strength of me being able to work closely with the community, but that's just kind of what happens when I find one of these nice passion projects that I can sink my teeth into. Because The Mandalorian is a really cool one in my mind, The Mandalorian is one where, we didn't do the intro. I was supposed to do the intro before we went into all these talks. Can we end with the intro this week? How does that sound?
That sounds great.
It's an outro this week.
Great.
The Mandalorian's a really fun one because it is a way to allow me to take the Cheeto character that I know is just a winner in terms of personality and fun, and bring it to like a more mainstream audience, right? Like the Mandalorian episodes right now are just like today's episode that comes out as Batman, and I mean it's me going nah, Batman. There's nothing good about it, you know. But the thing is, it's kind of charming, and it has this weird charm. And so what's going to be cool is when the future episodes come out, the ones that when there's just a standalone good episode and they have a chance to get more retweets or likes and maybe they go viral and the bigger Star Wars community starts to see it, they'll come back and they'll be like, wow, I really like watching all this stuff. And they're going to find that they really enjoy the Mandalorian character we've created because he's a derivative character. He's Cheeto. And what's interesting about that is at the end of the Mandalorian series, when we run out of all these small little 1-minute episodes, which again, that's smart because that means we have something coming out every day. That's cool. Something that can come out every day that people get used to, and there's a lunch break. This thing comes out. That's exciting, you know. What's cool though is like we can get a lot of new people into the community, a lot of new fans that kind of fall in love with our version of the Mandalorian, and then realize that the Mandalorian is actually just Cheeto Bandito, and now that he's a cop, he's basically like the Mandalorian, just not in space, just on the ground. If you want to see a lot of like fun Cheeto content, I was on Citra's stream for most of the night last night. I was just relaxing last night. I didn't want to stream because I was just kind of too tired to do the role play and the stream part. But I wanted to do a little bit of role play just to 'cause I like doing it. It's fun. It feels like work, but it always feels like good, efficient practice. I always feel like I'm learning and helping other people learn when I do it, so it's really good. Yesterday, I really got to see Citra basically level up because I get to role play every now and then with Citra, but yesterday I got to do a thing where I told a lie and Citra went with the lie and added on to the lie. So I added on to the lie. So he added on to the lie in a group conversation. So we told a story that is 100% fake, but everyone else heard it. And I don't think we really gave away the fact that we were both just making shit up. Just sounds like something that happened. And that is secretly one of the highest levels of roleplay we'll ever get on the Crew RP. Because when we get to the point when every single role player is constantly telling real and bullshit stories, that's fun. Because then you don't really know what's going on. Right now, we all play in this world of we're kind of pretending to not know what's going on, but eventually it gets really weird because you don't know what stories are true and what stories are fake, and all you got to rely on is understanding that person's deep meta. Because that's the thing is, even a character like Wimley has a lot to him. Because Wimley's at the point, Citra's character, police character, where Citra makes decisions not based on what Citra wants to do, but on what Wimley wants to do. And that's cool. All right, well, hold on. Let's thank some people. I've been on a tangent for a while. But all this deep meta. Toiler, it's good to see you. Thanks for the Bezos dollars. Refen, thank you for the 1 year with the Bezos dollars. Lord Momo with the Bezos dollars. Delta with the Bezos dollars. Great work, everyone. Just great work. Now, I want to show you guys a video. This video comes in from Vidku. He is amazing. And I think to date, this is the best Jimmy meme. I'm gonna put this hands down. I think this is now the best Jimmy meme. Well, let's get a round of applause for Vid. You guys are gonna see it, and then you tell me if you think this is the best Jimmy meme. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming out today. There was a couple other videos people sent me this week, but I didn't really have time to like set up the videos and stuff, so they'll just be a next week's show or something. This one, though, I gotta show it to you, okay? If you've seen it in the Discord, you already know it's amazing. Gengar, I don't know if you've seen this, but just prepare yourself for something just wonderful.
All right.
I'm Jimmy the Rat. Dude, I can't do a costume change that fast, by the way, Vid. That is not enough time to do the costume change. I couldn't even find the costume in the 30 seconds. But yeah, round of applause for Vid. That must have taken so long. Very creative use of the images, of just the idea of putting them on hands and stuff. There's so many layers to this. I love how you see him start in his Jimmy form. Creative use of just finding the right clip art to that's in the Sailor Moon pose. Honestly, just a lot of simple masking effects too. Just really well. This fucking dab one, by the way. Can we just go with the fact that Jimmy is dabbing to get his hands on? This is amazing. We are going to use this, okay? We're going to use this. I'm going to set this up in a way where... How long is this? 43 seconds? Okay. Let's pretend, okay? Let's pretend in the Sneaky Mouse tech, we had an item that you could use that allowed me to transform into Jimmy the Rat for a bit. And when you used the item, it played this video and it just masked the whole stream, okay? Let's pretend that was a thing we could do, which technically me and Juno set up the tech to do already, so it's something we could roll out very quickly. Let's pretend we could do this. Is this enough time for me to actually do the costume change, assuming I kept the costume in an easily accessible spot? I don't know. So we're gonna find that out. We're gonna do some research together, okay? I don't even know what the costume is.
You muted yourself, by the way.
No, oh, you mean on Discord? Yeah, that happens a lot. So, they give me a glove for Jimmy the Rat. Jimmy the Rat only has 4 fucking fingers. How the fuck do I put my hand in a 4-finger glove? How does this work? I gotta put 2 fingers up one.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's only 4 fingers on my glove. So how do I wear this? It's so awkward, dude. I gotta put 2 fingers up this middle one. Just... Because then if I don't, then I don't have an opposable thumb that actually works correctly if there's a finger up there. God, that's so awkward. Why? Why does Jimmy only have 4 fingers? This is gonna be hard. This thing zips up. How am I supposed to do this in 40 seconds?
You literally need an assistant on standby.
Okay. So first off, I can't actually do it in 43 seconds unless I know it's coming. So when that item is used, it needs a warning, like a doot 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 doot. It needs to play the Power Rangers song, so I know. Ah, shit! You guys are making me do this fucking transforming bit. This item has to be you cannot buy this item. First off, okay, this has to be an item I either give to you or you donate a large amount of money for, because this bit is a lot of commitment. All right, I think we're ready to try it though. Now, I wish I was wearing better pants. I'm wearing my pink pants, and these pink pants I can't really take off, so I think I gotta jump into the suit in the pants. I don't know how that's gonna go, to be perfectly honest. All right, let's try it. No, I need to jump off when he jumps off. Okay, see, I need to jump off when he jumps off. No, wait, it would be a full screen takeover, so it shouldn't matter, right? If it's a full screen takeover, then the second it goes, we can assume that I'm not on screen. Right, okay. I'm Jimmy. That's cutting it close. But that's cutting it really close, guys. Okay, so I know how to speed it up. We could do it again. I know how to speed this up. I've learned. I've adapted. Okay. Ugh. I've adapted, Gengar!
Oh, jeez.
That was a good test. So the biggest problem is the gloves. The gloves are the biggest problem. I think I either need to replace them, to be perfectly honest. I need to get just another gray pair of gloves. Or what I need to do is... So I can't put the gloves on first, because then putting the whole thing on would be awkward, right? Or would it? Would it be awkward to put them on with the gloves? I don't know.
What's the advantage of putting them on first?
So I could put the gloves on before the bit starts.
Sure. Okay.
So for example, like, because I can, like, you don't see my hands. I can just be like, doo, 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 I'm getting ready for the bit. as long as they don't know, then I can have the gloves on, you know? And if I have the gloves on, then maybe we could probably do the bit. Alright, I gotta deal with this! Oh shit, this is hard to do when you got this thing on your head. Hi, I'm Jimmy the Rat! Hey, do we got that rat music? Does that sound rat-like, Gengar? I don't have... Aw, man. The flower crown is hard. Okay, I gotta take the flower crown off, 100%. If the flower crown one gets crushed, but also, I can't keep it on. Also, how do I keep the headphones from staying on my ear when this is on my head? That's another big problem. Because, like, I can't get this on my head and the headphones. So I think I have to do this. And then put it on.
Okay.
My name's Jimmy the Rat! And as a matter of fact, it is. And I've come to sing my beautiful song to you, my sneaky mouse friends. This is a complicated bit to perform for you, but I'm learning how I can do it pretty good because my name's Jimmy the Rat, and I am not a cat but a rat. Oh god, it's so hot in this thing too, and I cannot fucking see. This happened, and this, like, I'm just doing this bit blind. All right, this bit's like this thing's $100 bit. Okay, I'm not fucking doing that. You're not making me do this shit more than like once a month, chat. Okay. Jeez Louise, man.
What if there was a stream where you just did that like 20 times though?
Well, I mean, if they pay for it, fine. You know, I'll do memes if it pays for the rest of my art. Sure. I think that's kind of the point of this stuff. Is I want to have a chat where every now and then people can earn these random dumb items that do these dumb things. You know? And this bit basically lasts as long as I'm not hot. I'm turning into Jimmy for like less than a minute every time. Every time. That's it.
It seems so miserable if you had to do longer than that.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be in the. You know what the best part of the Jimmy part will be? It'll be when we play Vidku's movie. When this comes on every time. We're gonna have to make like 12 different Jimmy transforming videos now. I'm gonna make one. Just that way that different one plays every time.
Yeah.
And then we'll have that one video where he doesn't transform, so I don't have to transform. It's like the fake out. He transforms and fails.
But then how are you gonna know which one it is?
Man, this is more complicated now. Yeah. I guess I won't, so I'll have to take off the costume midway.
Oh god.
I'm just trolling myself.
No, why would you do that?
I don't know. Sounds fun.
Sure,
sounds like a good time on stream for all of us, eh?
Okay.
That's good. One of the things, though, that Juno's been working on so many cool things for us. We don't have anything fun to show this week. However, they're coming. I maybe we can't work on the can we work on Sneaky Mon today? Maybe there'll be time for Sneaky Mon today, but I think I have to finish this stream like very short, like maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from now, because I need to get a proper rest in tonight because I'm doing a role play workshop and it's going to be exhausting. And potentially it's going to be a bunch of fun little videos called like Army Boys, and they're just small little goofs. I don't know, because it's just a fun little time. I need a break though, because that Jimmy the Rat bit actually just overheats me. I don't know. I'm gonna, like, the thing is, some of you guys will donate lots of money to me, and I know that if you can trigger that for money, I'm gonna have to make that silly expensive. Somebody figure out a really high meme number that would make sense for Jimmy the Rat. Jimmy doesn't really have any numbers associated with him, does he? So he doesn't have a good meme number. Let's take a break though, because I'm gonna go cool down real quick. Need to go drink some water. And I'm not really sure what we're doing when we get back, honestly. Today I knew I wanted to talk to you guys about that new Mandalorian series, because basically that's what I worked on all week, right? I mean, I know this is a creative workshop, and the idea is I'm here and I want to work with you guys, but sometimes I'm going to get really invested in one of these small projects. Hey, Bad Reviewer Poe! It's good to see you, my man. Oh, thanks, my dude. I appreciate that. Chelsea, by the way. Hello, Chelsea. I'm glad you thought that was an amusing bit. Nellen Snow, I'm glad you could be here. You came at the right time. Thank you, Johnny. I really like The Mandalorian too. Johnny sent me this video about, did you guys hear Dorkly is shutting down? Or they're not going to be making their little animated videos anymore. They put out like a sad thing where they said, hey, animation's expensive, and even though we get millions of views, we can't do it anymore. That's kind of going to become a reoccurring message. It's not enough anymore. You cannot do art online right now unless you can have a group of people want to support your art. So if you love animation stuff and you see they have like a Patreon or something, you go give them $1. Just that's it. Hey, do you like what I do? You should go to support.rabtv and give me $1 a month. Just become a $1 patron. It'll probably end up being worth it if you like interacting with me on stream in the long term, because we're gonna make that fun, and I appreciate long-term commitment to my art. It's very humbling. But no, this for all artists. If they have any form of monthly thing and you can become a supporter and you want to see that artist grow and keep doing more of that stuff, just invest in them. Some of your personal power. Be like, all right, this is the art I want to support. And you can do that with anything. I mean, you do it with corporate art, right? You go, oh, I like this company, I want to give them their money. You could do that with individual artists. And I think it's actually the way a lot of future internet artists will work. I think a lot of them will have these big projects that kind of explode, and then they'll turn that fan base into a small little collective that they can use to keep creating other things. And maybe one day they make other big mainstream projects, or they just make really cool niche art. Because that's kind of what I ended up doing with U-Realms Live, right? All my success from Pokemon streaming and the Minecraft content, I ended up taking that all and I pushed it into a really niche show. A really, 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 really niche show that once we started it, you basically could not join because there's just too much content, That's what I like about The Mandalorian. It's not the niche one. It's a mainstream one. We're doing the normal roleplay gigs and I improvise them. And I don't put a lot of thought into what comes next. And then we do it for a minute every day. And they're bite size. But it's cool because everyone gets to do something on the project that they kind of like. Megan Zora gets to do these beautiful little Yodas, baby Yodas, which are great for thumbnails and work. That's a piece of the puzzle. Gengar here, he gets to do the subtitles, but we got him a new subtitle program. Which makes it go really quick. And I want to show Dark Cloud because Dark Cloud, who did editing with GTA, might also appreciate this. Because unless you use like Premiere and have a really good subtitler, I think the subtitle program might even just be a little bit nicer. Because since it just prints out PNG images, you can just. Yeah, we have a nice little subtitle program that Nojuno made for us real quick. Where you just kind of like put text in line by line, and it just prints you out pictures of all the text. So like we're using that for The Mandalorian. So Gengar could really quickly do the subtitling and then focus on the foliage, which is a really big deal. Rob, how can we get energy from the sun if the sun goes away at night? We get energy from the moon. So yeah, it's two energy sources. You don't get moon energy, Gengar?
No.
Really? Oceans do.
What do you mean?
That's where the tides come from. Where do you think the tides get all their energy? Moon energy. Huh? Yeah? There's almost science in that statement. I took that troll and almost made it real. All right, let's take a quick second because I got to cool off. Ooh, what's going on with my XSplit? I can't switch. Switch to the Be Right Back screen. Do I have to manually click the button? I gotta manually click it. I don't know why. No, I don't want to watch Jimmy's I'm not transforming again. We've done that bit. All right, I'll be right back in a second, guys. Then we'll have some more fun. dropped it. One of these days, I'll never drop it. That was a nice actual break. Those are the breaks that we will actually maybe have here on stream this year. Between our commercial break software and our mini games we'll soon have. It's quite exciting. No, Juno is very confident that he's got like a lot of fun things coming out. Like that whole extension at the bottom is almost ready. Almost ready. So that is the first thing that's gonna come out. It's almost ready. That way you guys can see how much cheese and stuff you have. One of the things I wanted to try to get out and get done for the year of the rat right away was the Sneaky Mouse World thing, but I'm not gonna rush that out. Mostly just because I've stumbled into this new Mandalorian project, and it's just a smart project, as I've said, so it just makes sense to do. I look at the Mandalorian Reddit community, and they're really cool people. They're just chill. They kind of like the videos, so it's nice. You know, it's nice putting out videos and stuff and not having people be like, yeah, this sucks. You know, it's nice. A lot of the subreddits and Reddits on Reddit are really shitty places to post your funny creative art memes, because like they can be very critical for whatever reason. I don't know. It's something about the way that website is. It's really easy to just dump your hot takes on other artists in a non-helpful, kind of just demotivating way, I find. Like, I used to really like doing Hearthstone memes, and I ended up really demotivating myself because I'd do these weird movies, and, like, I'd read comments, and I'm just like, I don't want this abuse. It's not worth it. The small ones, yeah, you're right, are usually better. And The Mandalorian has that nice subreddit. It was a nice show, and everyone kind of role plays, and that's something I really like. Like, everyone likes to say, like, the stuff the Mandalorian says, like, what is it? I don't even remember what he says. I always forget it. You know the way, follow the path. This is the way. Yeah. See, I don't remember that because I've been saving that as a joke. I want to do the joke when Cheeto goes back to visit the Mandalorians where he's like, so which is the way? Which way? How do I get out of here again? Is this the way? I basically have been not doing that and like avoiding that simply because I know there's a scene where Cheeto can do the joke of which is the way. And he's literally going to ask all the other Mandalorians, which is the way? And they're all going to be like, this is the way. And I'm going to be like, thanks. Is this, wait, is this the way? Yeah, this is the way. Okay, I'm just trying to find the way out. Thanks, guys. And so I'm kind of just sitting on it, you know? Because, again, it's Cheeto as the Mandalorian is the way I think about it when I'm writing it. And I mean, there's so many Mandalorian jokes I could be doing in the abridged thing, but I'm not writing it. I'm just improvising it. So I just kind of lead into the improv roleplay parts of it, less than the deep, hilarious writing you can normally do with the Bridge series. And that makes it so it might be a less funny or deep or creatively amazing project, but it does make it so I can do something fast. You know? And that's a big piece of the puzzle, as we've talked about here. Being able to do something fast on the internet is really important. You know, it's not enough on the internet to be good. Okay, you also gotta be fast. You gotta be fast and good. Because the internet is a fast place. So you gotta be faster. If you can't be faster, then you probably need a lot of luck on the internet, I think. So I'm really happy with the Mandalorian series, and I'm gonna keep throwing episodes to Ghost while he's still amused and it doesn't feel like a work project to him. And anybody else who wants to jump in and do any type of editing, if you like the idea of editing splicing some clips together to make Cheeto talk to other characters in the Mandalorian universe, reach out to me on Discord. It's helpful, but it's also extra work to bring more people involved. Like, you guys help me do it, but also these are pretty easy to do and I could just kind of keep doing them. But I like the thing is, I like the idea of anybody jumping in and editing, these little 1-minute conversations, because if they would find that fun and they'd want to be part of the project, then I'd like to bring them in, because again, that inspires your creativity, inspires my creativity. Working together with people does little small things. Like, one of the cool jokes that Ghost did that I would not have done is in the Businessman episode, the Mandalorian goes, nah, and he shakes his head. And I wouldn't have done that, mostly because I probably would have been lazy. And doing that is a lot of speeding up back and forth that he had to do. It probably took him 5-10 minutes. And it's a really funny joke. And so I like that. So if anybody's a really big Mandalorian fan, does some video editing, wants to work with some a digital Bards project, we got an actual one, much faster than I thought we would. In my mind, we weren't going to have a project like this where it could be something actually worthwhile, but I think we've just stumbled into something really fun and light. So we're going to follow that through. All right, Gengar. I think we have to talk about Sneaky Mon. I think it's time to get to work on the Sneaky Mon universe. We've been putting it off all January. According to No Juno, we're very close to Sneaky Mon Technologies. Nope, wrong song. This is not the song we need. We need Last Time on Pokemon. Much different song, much different vibe. As some of you may or may not know, we have another creative project here on Digital Bards called Sneaky Mon. Is there anybody in chat that does not know what Sneaky Mon are about? Because it is another project that anyone can get involved in. If you've sent me stuff for Sneaky Mon and I haven't responded to you, that's because there's a pile of Sneaky Mon work to do. And it is work. It is nonsense work, I admit. But organizing anything is somehow still work. If somebody said, hey, can you take all this pit filled with balls and organize it by color, you can be like, well, that's nonsense, but that's nonsense work. And I guess I can do that if it's my job. For me, Sneaky Mon is part of my job, as it is a nice way for me to probably make money, because people will probably donate money to me to participate in our Sneaky Mon nonsense in the future, because it is an interactive stream thing where you can catch and battle and clean up their poop in the future. In 2.0, we're going to turn it into Tamagotchi so that you guys at stream have to clean up Sneaky Mon stuff, or they probably get sick or something. Lowers their power level. But it's this dumb little project. Hey, you know what? Let's see the movie. Noddle, we're gonna watch your movie. I think when we're talking about Sneaky Mon, it's good to play the Sneaky Mon intro. Only because Noddle put so much time into it, and any excuse we have to play this movie is a good time. I wanna be very good, but I just started work. That looks laggy to me. Gengar, does that look laggy to you? That looks laggy.
Yeah.
It looks so laggy to me. I think it's because I'm trying to play it in XSplit. That's why you need to run video software through other things. Because I guess we'll watch it together, guys. I want gonna be very good, but I just started work today.
This isn't my job.
To catch them all will cost some money, but it's still a week before payday. I will watch the Rob TV, hoping for red gems. A Sneaky Mon is hard to catch because you need so many gems. Wait, what rhymes with gems? Sneaky Mon, I can't catch one, it's you and me. I know it's meant to be Sneaky Mon. Oh, there's so many of you, we should have stopped at Gen 2. Sneaky Mon, they cost so much money. This part isn't really that funny. You make it and I'll profit. Sneaky Mon! Sneaky Mon! Rob, give me some red gems or something! It's a very direct creative project, as you can see. It is fundamentally about making money. We have parodied the Pokemon IP. Theoretically, we've actually parodied another parody Pokemon IP, so it's like worse. And our goal is to do everything Pokemon would do, but worse, basically. So like, we want to have 1 million of these things. So basically we accept any fan art as long as it has like the most bare minimum requirements of possessing Sneakymon parts. You go to sneakymon.robtv. And then what we want to do is make it so it's the type of thing where somebody can draw one of these nonsense and I just go give it a voice. Gravitalmore! Hey, what's up, Commander Fire? And Zero. Hey, what's up, you two? When we can just have it be in the game. And it's something that's just like an interactive thing that's on stream, you know? Just a tiny little thing. And then we can expand upon it, make them more goofy, make them more fun. You know, we're going to have them so they evolve on stream. You get items to evolve them. Just lots of weird things. I'm going to make it so you guys during streams can have little battles and they just walk out. I'm building all this tech because I want to have a stream that is can be very casual, where I can sit out here and relax and talk to you guys about whatever's going on, whatever art things, projects we're working on, and have some fun interactions. The type of interactions where people they just blow people away, where people come into our streams and they're like, this is so cool, what's going on, I need to hang out. Because to be honest, the last 6 months have been streams where I've been talking about so much deep meta nonsense, casual fan they won't connect, right? I've known that, okay? I've known that for some time. But I've liked this time to like connect to the inner community, but I also know that it's important that, you know, we can bring in new fans. And this Mandalorian show is probably going to be really good for that, okay? We're going to have a lot of new people that join our community, and they're going to know a lot of the jokes because we did them in The Mandalorian, but they're not really going to know all those deep meta references as to why they are, you know? But it is time to work on some Sneakymon stuff. This well of nonsense is very deep, and there's constant discussions and debates because theoretically there are many different types, there are many different aspects to the Sneakymon, and me and Gengar are constantly categorizing and updating them to better the digital brand that is Sneakymon. We are hoping to one day have 1 million of them. Well, not really. We're hoping to have 900,999, one short of 1 million, because that's funnier. We'll always say there's over 1 million of them, but there never will be, nor possibly could be. And that's just a dumb joke. We want to try to have more types than there were Pokemon in the original Pokemon game. That's a big thing we're trying to do. We want to beat Pokemon to all the punches, so our Sneakymon have 3 types, so that when Pokemon tries to add a 3rd type, we can be like, ha, you're copying us. Obviously not. We're just predicting things they will do. Well, we're predicting things that they shouldn't do, but if they ran out of ideas, you know, somebody at the company would probably try it. You know. Yeah, what are you doing, Gengar? Why are you standing on my face on my logo?
I don't know.
There you go.
Okay.
We gotta shrink down the logo too. Pew. Everything's still not like sized properly, so the logo's like a little too big in some of these scenes. Because like when we use the tip stuff, yeah. Hey, what's up, Glory? I'm gonna give you a tip for a demonstration tip. They walk on your face, Gengar. What do you think about that?
That's fine.
You're fine? Okay. That's good. That's good. All right, let's bring up this nonsense. We have some work to do. We have some Sneakymon that need to be named. I think I'm up for it. I think I could do that for us. Oh god, Gengar. So here are our Sneakymon right now, in development. There's quite a few of them, as you can see. All of these have been drawn by the community. We're working on lots of lore. You know, lots of lore, guys. You may wonder, what does it mean if they're orange? That means they're legendary Sneakymon. A Sneakymon who has 3 types that all start with the letter Z becomes legendary, and that's how we determine that. One of the things we do here at Sneakymon is we are very big into fan service, just like Pokemon. So if you're watching this and you're like, that's wrong, and I have a good reason as to why that's wrong, feel free to reach out and let us know, because we may change it based on fan outrage of the Sneakymon IP. Because this is supposed to be Pokemon, but run as if we were a giant corporation that did not understand how powerful our intellectual property is. You know? Like, these are fantastic. There's so much to work on here. But what about Ice Cream? What types do you think Ice Cream is, huh? His name is Hugh. What is this guy?
What are our types?
Well, let's go over it. We got R type. Is he R type? No. Is he chicken type? Cursed.
No.
Sneakymon who rarely evolve, but when they do, explode and kill the owner. Oh, that's right. Remember how we were talking about how this is going to be an interactive stream game? Well, be careful. If you catch a cursed Sneakymon, if it evolves, it explodes and kills you, and you lose a lot of stuff, I guess. That's rough. Crab type. Doesn't look like a crab type. Does it look upset? I think we need a bigger image, huh?
No, it's not upset.
Is it smiling? Let me get
it's not upset.
It's called Hugh. Let me find it. Here we go. No, it's clearly smiling.
Yeah.
It's quite happy, actually. Okay. So it's definitely not crab type. That's ridiculous.
No.
Deep type. It's not a meta one. Danger type. Filler type. It is created by Megan, which does make it filler type.
Okay.
And Megan creates a lot of our base Sneakymon because Megan is a very fast and talented artist, and she's already made 30 of these things in a week. Like if Megan wanted to, she could probably make like 100,000 of these things. 10% of all Sneakymon could be Megan's. I wouldn't be surprised if she's just so fast and creative at this stuff. Juice type. Water, alcohol, or liquid based. I don't know. Ice cream is kind of liquid. Maybe it's a juice type, guys. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but let's put that question mark next to it.
No, I do hate this.
I hate it too.
It makes sense.
Ice cream is almost a liquid. Can you drink ice cream? You can. You can.
Yeah, but why would you want to?
Well, we gotta consider it.
Okay.
All right, it's not lit type. It is ice cream. It doesn't, it's not like super dope. I like it, ice cream. Orange type. What type of ice cream is it? Chocolate?
Yeah.
It's chocolate type, right? Well, where is it? Yeah, it's chocolate.
Yeah.
Ice cream. Queen type. It's not regal. Swole? No. Small. Is it small?
No.
No, ice cream. It's not a small ice cream cone. Is it a T type? No.
No.
Racing type? No. Weed type? No. We're running out of types for this. We might have to add a new type. Zip
We're
type.
only halfway.
Well, yeah, we're just getting to the Z types. Hey, what's up, Miss Michelle? We are doing nonsense today. You know what? A type has been suggested. I forget the reasoning why we didn't ever do that. We had a good reason.
Because it's bad.
Well, it's not. Well, yeah. Because what would you put a type? You know.
What's
Sneaky Mon? Exactly. What's Sneaky Mon? Like typewriter? Pokemon that are letters. Oh my god. Type does make kind of sense.
But then
what, it invalidates
no,
the other things that are related?
No, that doesn't invalidate that at all.
It doesn't,
actually.
doesn't it? It's like
No, I hate it. I hate
or
this.
like type faces, or like this type is the type of word that could mean a lot of things. So
it actually does.
it's not Z-hander, it's not zombie, it's not Zephyr. Chat, you guys got any ideas here? Do we have any types that fit the ice cream? Zesty, very spicy or very tasty. All right. No, it is zesty. No,
oh my God,
I'm sorry. You might be confused, guys, but we here at Sneakymon consider the word zesty to mean anything that's tasty. Would you think that this Sneakymon is tasty? Yes. Thus, in the Sneakymon world, you must consider it zesty. And if you don't like that logic, then bad localization was the reason why we went with this logic. Okay? This idea originally came from Rob's brain, which is not in English, so lost in translation, it's zesty. Wait, do we have zero type? It's zero type. We have a zero type, right? Zero type. Sneakymon who are very sad or cold.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Well,
unfortunately, it cannot become a legendary.
Yeah, because we can't get rid of the filler.
But if it evolves, if somebody makes an evolution to this, and Megan doesn't make the evolution, then it loses its filler type. So all you have to do to make it evolution is bait us, like zombie ice cream, or you give it wings, or you turn it into a bat. Man, it's very, a lot of Sneakymon will end up becoming potentially evolutions, evolving into legendaries because of technicalities like this, Somebody can bait us into an evolution of the hue that turns into an ice cream. It's very impressive, actually. All right, let's move on. What about the cheese type? It's deep. Was it anything else? It's zesty. Is cheese tasty?
Wait.
I think it's zesty.
Yeah.
Which makes this one zesty. And wait, does the radical one, it evolves into the radical one, right? Clearly?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Deep, zesty.
What's interesting is the cheese one is not actually made by Megan, but the radical one is made by Megan. So it evolves into a filler type.
Into a filler, okay.
It's intriguing. I would imagine this one probably evolves into like the golden cheese next, chat? Or the epic cheese? Do we have that yet done? I don't know. It could be down here. I could scroll and it could just be here because honestly, if you expect me to remember everything in this document, you guys are crazy.
What if we just
What about
had
these
every
birds,
cheese?
dude? Can we name these birds? Can we name these birds?
Oh my god.
I kind of want to name this something starting with Gobu. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Gobu! Gobu! What do you think? Is that our Dragon Ball Pidgey? Gobu! Yep. Okay. I got that sound saved, so yeah.
Is that your voice's vibrato? Is it so
yes,
low?
I did that.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a sound I can do, which is fun for whenever I do bird things. I guess we'll use that vibrato. Yeah, let's use that for the evolution. Ready? So what he evolved right into from Super Saiyan Pidgey into this is like Super Saiyan God. So what did the first ones sound like? Gobu? So this is gonna be Gobu. I don't like it. I want to do over. No, don't like it. What does this thing sound like? Gengar.
I don't know.
I'm struggling. Normally I don't struggle on how to name these with ridiculous sounds. I want to do something with the sound, but I could just deepen it.
Yeah, what if you deepened it?
Go Buratu! I dig it. Okay.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like that one for this guy? This is the sound I've created.
Okay, sure.
It's a sound. Here you go. Just to hear it again. I can't pronounce that. Does anybody know what letters this is? Spell this. What is the first letter? Somebody tell me what the first letter is, because I have no idea. I have no idea.
It's like a G-U-U sound, right?
Maybe. Is that a G?
I don't know. You said it. You know.
I knew the sound, dude. I didn't look, maybe when you make sounds, you think about the letters. Stuff comes out of my voice.
Fair.
I guess, does it sound like a G? There's definitely some ooh sound after the. Yeah, you know what? Well, let's break this sound down, okay? What's this first thing? What is this? It sounds like almost coo, but I guess it's goo.
I guess it could be coo.
It could be coo. So that means it could be CU or COO or KU.
Or KU, yeah.
So then it has the ooh. And then it goes into is this an R sound? Rah. I don't know. See, half the fun
sounds
is
like AHH to me.
That's up to you guys. That's what it evolves into. I can't explain it, but that's what we got. Okay.
Excellent.
Guys, I'm gonna need you to Discordio some spellings. You know, you throw that in. We got some. Let's do it in chat. You know what? I actually like Starks.
Which one?
Star. I like your spelling of that. Kuwap.
Sure.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good. Here, let's go find those other sounds real quick.
Yeah, I already forgot the other ones. This one's so different from.
Okay, you guys want to help me spell this one now? Can we?
I don't even know where to start with that one.
Yeah, this one's longer. This one's longer, isn't it, chat?
Oh yeah. Oh. Tuds is perfect, right?
Tuds, where's Tuds?
Gubaratu.
Gubaratu.
Well, play it again.
Do we start it with
sorry.
a K? Here, I'll try to mute the music. Hold on.
Yeah,
Get out of
is it a
here,
K sound? Now I'm not sure. No, it sounds kind of G.
Here's the thing, though. We could pretend it's a K sound. Like, it could be a K.
It could go either way.
Yeah, I think it can go either way. So do we keep it a K sound? Because it evolves into a K.
Well, what does the first one sound like?
The first one definitely sounds like a G, though, right? No.
I mean, oh,
That's the first one.
Wait,
The first one sounds like
the
go
one.
boo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, what's up, Corn? And Baumer, thanks for the 16 months. We're working on some silly goofs here. Caboo? I don't think it's Caboo. That one sounds like. See, that one sounds like I'm saying Caboo.
No, it sounds very G to me.
I think maybe it should be like co, and then you put the sound in it. Co. I don't know how to do it, dude.
I can't get over how like that vibrato. It sounds like a machine.
Ooh.
Oh my my god.
Boo.
Oh yeah, no apostrophes, right? No punctuation, right?
Yeah, no punctuation is something we avoid. We always avoid punctuation. Okay, one word, and I think that's good. I actually enjoy this one a lot, guys. I feel like this is one you might want, and you'd be like, I don't want to evolve it. That's great. That's great. And unlike Pokemon, I'm gonna make it so that unevolved Sneakymon can be just as good of evolutions, dude. Okay, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it so like their cheat bonus increases over time. You know, so like eventually because basically
like
the way
EV training,
sort of. I'll just make it so so we have like the cheat bonus, and this is the number you get for evolution. So like let me go like all the way to the top of the document.
Okay.
So like basically this is just like that the way battling works is both players just roll a d20 and then they their maximum is increased by whatever their cheat bonus is. And that's that's the easiest way to balance this. So like when you have a type disadvantage, you're just going to make it so you lose a certain bonus, like you go down like a -1, and if you have a type advantage, you go up like +3 or something. It's a very small variance so that anyone can technically win, but if you're fully evolved and you have type advantages, then you're probably going to win statistically, you know? So what we can do is we can eventually just make it so that there's like a friendship bonus. Yeah. And then we'll just make it so that evolving resets it, and that like on the lower Sneakymon, you can like get them to the point where they have you could make it so this one is as strong as this one. You just have to invest way more time and energy, you know? Because I always thought that's the way Pokemon should be. I always thought that it should be like fucking when Ash fights Lieutenant Surge. Yeah, exactly. You should be able to train it so your Pikachu is just as good as a Raichu. And in Pokemon, that's kind of true when you're playing the game because you can out-level people. But in reality, that's not actually how it works. Because once Pokemon get to the end of the game, that's when they get to the meta, right? And then all the Pokemon, most of the Pokemon suck. Like Pokemon is like, over half the Pokemon in the Pokemon game would be considered bad. Because most of the Pokemon that evolve, their unevolved forms, they just don't count. They're just like, they're crap.
Right.
But I hated that because the anime had the spirit of like any Pokemon could be good. And I love that because it makes sense. A Squirtle might be better than a Blastoise because it's small. So maybe it's faster. But the thing is, Squirtle doesn't have faster stats than a Blastoise. In fact, Blastoise has faster stats than Squirtle. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. You're a big, slow-ass turtle. The small turtle might be quicker. You know, that always annoyed me how Pokemon they always got, for the most part, there's a couple of things where they're weird. For the most part, evolving just meant a stat boost, right? Where it would have been neat if it was like, no, it was just like a way you could change, you know? It would be cool if like there was a reason to have a Metapod. Like, I get he's supposed to evolve into Butterfree, but why can't I have Metapod and he's just a physical tank? And it's like, I trained my Metapod so that his cocoon has 97 layers. He's an unbreakable machine. And he just comes out and, like, that's all it is. And he's just, and, like, now he can teach Toxic. And so, because that's what they would do in the anime, right? In the anime, if Ash was in the Elite Four, you know the writers would do that shit. And they'd be like, all right, Pikachu, who are we fighting next? The gym leader's like, all right, go, Metapod. And Ash is like, Metapod? How's this possible? And then, like, none of the attacks work. Like, he keeps switching out Pokemon, but this Metapod's defenses are impossible. And then the trainer's just like, nobody can beat my Metapod. Now, Metapod, use poison gas. And then the Metapod releases a poison gas, and Ash is just like, what's going on? I can't win. And then Ash figures out a strategy to win. And it's like, oh my god, he's found a way through Metapod's defenses. And then you know what would happen? Metapod would evolve in the middle of the battle. Because that's the other thing Pokemon never did, evolving in the middle of the battle. I'm gonna do that in Sneakymon. I mean, they did it in the anime, right? But they never did it in the games. That always pissed me off that they never did it in the games.
Yeah, that seems like an obvious thing.
I could tell you how to design it super easy, okay? You make it so if a Pokemon can evolve and they're about to die, they evolve when they get full health. Why? because that would create memorable moments for people all the time. And you could make it so it's just like a 50-50 chance it happens. So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That way it's just a flip of the coin. You can't depend on it. You can't really use it as a strategy, but someone like me who's like, performing Pokemon might use it as a strategy. I was talking to this camera and it's not even the right camera. Someone like me might use it as a strategy, be like, there's no way we can win, but our Diglett could evolve. Diglett, the only thing we can do is hope you die and evolve. You could do it for me, Diglett. So I love that idea. We'll do that in Sneakymon too. We'll have it so 2 Sneakymon fight and one loses, but then he just fucking evolves and gets back up and you're like, what? And they rebattle.
No special characters for names, right?
No special characters, yeah. We have simple rules like that, just mostly so it's compatibility stuff,
Right. Yeah.
All right, so we have Gobu. Did you guys ever think of one? Did you see one in chat that you liked? I never really saw one for this middle guy. What's this sound like?
Play it again.
Gobu! No. Goburatu! This one. Goburatu.
I saw...
Goburatu! So it has to start with a K, right?
Goburatu!
So it's going to start K-H-O. Ko... Then I feel like it says Bo. Does this feel like it says Kobo?
Baratu.
I kind of like Lord Mew Mew's. What do you guys think about this one? Do we go with this? Kobaratu.
Sure.
By the way, this is a winning
That's
family
fine.
who did this nonsense. This is clearly trace type. Also, I'm going to let you know that we're never putting these ones on shirts. So these ones are tournament restricted. Okay? We can't put this on a shirt. It clearly looks like a Pokemon. You know what it's going to be? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If ever we have the tournament where somebody wins and it's clearly like basically a Pokemon, that one's getting redrawn by Megan. That's what's happening. It's getting a makeover. Oh. In fact, maybe we should just that's going to be it. When the Sneakymon wins, Megan's just going to give them a makeover and make the T-shirt version of them, because we don't ever want to run into like actual copyright issues with this nonsense. So we'll just make it so we eventually like actually untrace them and turn them into. I guess they still stay trace type, don't they? No, they go from trace type to filler type. But they're not filler type because they're like because they're like Megan. They're not a filler one. They're a remade one. I think they just lose trace type. I don't know.
So are these illegal then?
I think no, because I think trace type. See, what does illegal mean? I guess that's a question.
I've forgotten.
We have illegal as a type. I don't see it here.
Is it the type?
Is it a type? Guys, didn't we have a legal type? Did we not commit to an illegal type? Did we end up making that curse?
Oh, is that what we did?
But don't we have some Sneakymon that are illegal?
Yeah, I thought we had illegal Sneakymon. Yeah. Oh my god, there's so many.
The ones that break the rules? I guess the ones that break the rules are cursed. Sure. But no, it's just trace type. Wait. I mean, the reason why we put it on trace type is because we know somebody traced it from that's basically a Pokemon. Right. And this is clearly just Pidgeys with Goku hairs. That's why we enjoy it, because it's Pidgeys with Goku hairs. Mm-hmm. So they're Zephyr type because they're flying, clearly.
Yeah.
And what, do they have anything else? Do we have a Dragon Ball related type? Is there anything dragon related in our types? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to start searching our types. That's what I did. I just searched for the word dragon. We have so many types that I hit Control F just to see if there's a type that fits. So stupid. In Pokemon, they can actually go down the list. We're just like, I don't know, we just gotta find 3 that fit. Lit because it's DBZ? I mean, I think it's lit, but I mean, they're very lit Pokemon. That's an interesting idea. Is it a lit type? Well, maybe this year. No, it's Year of the Rat. If it's Year of the Rat, I'd give it to him. It's not Year of the Chicken. Make a yellow, red, and blue type. we're not making multiple color types. We agreed that orange type made sense because orange is both a color and a delicious fruit. So it made sense. You know, red does not have... The best types are words or types that have multiple meanings, that have multiple things to them, you know? Some of them aren't even that good. Like hat type is just Sneakymon that would look good on a person's head. See, that's a very specific thing, but we know there's a lot of Sneakymon that'll potentially look like hats. So I feel like it'll work, you know? And what'll happen is if we ever get to a point where we look at this and we've made like 1,000 of these things and we're still not using a type very well, then we're gonna axe it. We've made it very clear that the game will change between generations. You know?
So we're gonna remove types?
Potentially. Remember? Like there's a seasonal there's a legendary that's a seasonal legendary.
Jeez.
Doesn't because this is lit type, right? And we were talking about how eventually it probably becomes lit type becomes Zippo type.
Yeah, that's great.
Sometimes we would swap the name of lit type to be Zippo type, and then we would swap it back to be lit type between generations, because it's a confusing mess, Sneakymon, guys. It's just pure confusion here.
It just seems.
I think illegal type or Sneakymon
types.
who are things pretending to be other Sneakymon.
Well, no, that's what. Well, other Sneakymon.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything here that stands out to you and you're like, well, clearly that's that? Like taco, this is zesty type. It's a taco.
Oh yeah.
So obviously we need to now figure out, is this a legendary taco?
Stop.
It has a Z type. Anytime we give a blank Sneakymon a Z type, we got to figure it out. I'm going to name it. Okay?
No.
Crackle. What do you think? I tried to make it like a chompy sound. It's like a crackle sound. Crackle. Do you like it, Gengar? Because Choco's crunch. So I'm trying to give it like a cracky, crunchy sound.
Do we have to spell the first part?
Absolutely. Ready? Crackle. 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 Crackle.
How do you spell that?
Crackle. 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 It sounds like craggle, not crackle. Okay, the second part, whatever the first part is, it's crackle. It's definitely like, I'm gonna spell the K.
Better.
Craggle.
Yeah.
Now the first part. Crackle. Hey, Stealth, how's it going? How do we spell the first part of craggle?
I don't like any way to spell this. I don't like it.
Steph, by the way, it was great seeing your vacation to Japan. I've always wanted to go there. Or South Korea. I think those two places are just like very, very fun to go and explore. Crackle. All right, corn. I like that. Hold on.
What?
You don't like corns? This craggle. Crackle.
Sure.
Crackle.
Sure.
Crackle.
Sure.
That does not make sense. Crackle.
It doesn't. But I feel like just my god, I don't know anymore.
I don't know how you spell that word, guys. Crackle.
It makes it harder every time you loop it.
Crackle. I know what you want. I know you want it to be just this. Crackle, crackle, crackle. That's what Gengar wants.
Well, no, that's too simple though.
Exactly.
I just wish you used anything else for the first part.
Okay, so that sound you're hearing for the lore, that's him opening his mouth because he's a taco shell. So when he opens his mouth, his face kind of cracks. Crackle. Then he says craggle.
Oh my god. It's fine as a sound effect. Crackle. It's just awful for spelling it.
Crackle.
I can't.
Okay, but now the real question: is it a legendary Sneakymon? That's. What do you mean no?
It's a taco.
I don't understand why that's stopping it from being good.
It's
Okay,
a taco.
we got a lot of Z types it could fit in. Chat. Oh, it's filler type. Megan made it.
Yep.
You're right.
Perfect.
It is
Fantastic.
zesty and filler. Megan has made a lot of zesty filler types. A lot of tasty types by Megan.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. There's a few aren't these all fillers here? We should mark them. This is filler. This is filler. This looks like Megan's filler. This looks like Megan's filler. This hat one Megan's filler? What is this hat one? Okay, hold on. You guys can't see it. What? Look at this one.
Yeah. Which one?
This is a hat
Oh my
with like
God.
sexy legs. Looks like the Wizard of Oz. Do we have a French type? Because it is a beret.
Let's hat type, right?
It is definitely hat type. 100%
Yeah.
hat type. I'm gonna search. Do we have anything for French? We do not have anything French. I mean, we could make it T type, but that's a stretch. I love a
Why?
French type. I mean, I've like French type fits in for so many things.
French type.
Yeah. Baguette type.
Oh, come on.
See, baguette type would mean anything that is bread based or French.
You say bread based like that's like super common.
Okay, I bet you there's something. Okay, let me see if I can find anything else that we have that is baguette type. Okay?
There might be like one or two.
Yeah. Oh, there might. Well, then it sounds like a good type to me. If we can find something else
Okay.
that's baguette type. Okay? There's got to be something. This is clearly orange type. It's made of orange slices. So. It also looks like it's made of cheese, so that's even more confusing.
Yeah.
Do we have branching evolution paths or something?
Whoa. Oh, I guess we do, right?
This is definitely filler type. Oh, this is definitely hat type. It's a hat.
Oh God, yeah. Are
Yeah.
we?
There's three
Yeah, we're
three hats
definitely
here. 3 hats here, eh? Oh, that's a beret! Look, this becomes baguette type. It starts out as a hat, but then it becomes hat baguette
Okay.
type, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, we're taking Stealth's idea. We're adding this as a new type.
It's just
Look.
3 hats.
That's yeah.
All right.
Look at that, man. It's definitely a type. Is Crackle a bagel type? Is it a wheat-based taco?
Oh, yeah, what type?
Is it a flour-based taco shell? Baguette
Really?
type.
We're-
This is
we're
definitely
using
orange. This is
anything
orange
made of
type.
flour.
It's baguette type. Yeah. It makes sense. I can't, man. You know what's amazing, guys? Is this is slowly becoming something, and the more it becomes whatever it is, the more ridiculous it kind of gets. Just because we keep it simple in the right places and complicated in the wrong places. But it's simple in the right places. It's just complicated in all the wrong spots. I'm telling you. Tacos are French. I don't think that's gonna fly. Baguette type.
Anything made of flour, apparently. It's just baguettes.
I think. Sneakymon Sneakymon who are related to French things, or made of wheat products. It makes perfect sense. Okay? Anything wheat based is now baguette type. So it's, we're up to a nice 37 types here.
Oh my god, that's it. It feels like we
No,
just
see,
don't
it's
anymore.
important. I don't want Trevor to see any of this nonsense, honestly. Like, if Trevor comes by these streams, I think we have to hide it from him. I want Trevor to one day walk into our stream when we're doing, like, the 1 year Sneakymon anniversary, and there's battles and all this stuff, and it just blow his mind. It's gonna be like, what the hell have you done? It'll be like, we took your idea, and then we really ran with it far. Like, really far. Let's talk about this muscly bird. He needs a name.
Soul type.
Yeah. Okay. Could you guys pronounce this word?
Okay, good
That's
luck.
that's whatever this bird is. It's a muscly bird. Stallone type.
I don't even. Honestly, and you know it's bad when I see all these suggestions and they all kind of make sense to me.
I like how a lot of our digital bard streams always end in us devolving into Sneakymon nonsense forever. Okay, I kind of like Jellies. Jelly has this.
I don't know either way. For some reason, when you put it in the sheet, it just doesn't make sense to me anymore. Sure, I don't know.
I think it needs this. And then I think it needs to start with like a U. UGH. Okay, I really, well... Okay, it's definitely Swole type. Now,
Yeah.
I don't think it's Zephyr type because I don't think it can fly, guys.
No, that thing ain't flying.
This thing can't fly.
Nope.
Maybe it can, if it evolves and gets wings. I feel like it needs something it evolves from. It needs to be like a bird. It needs to be like a tiny little bird with no arms and no wings. So like a flightless bird. And then instead of growing wings, it gets beefy arms. It becomes small. Yeah. Okay. Let me go see if I can find the image. Trying to find the image is hard because it's not named. So, you know.
Oh god, yeah.
It's in a folder with a bunch of unnamed Sneakymon.
Just do a reverse image search.
This is NGS's King's Muscle Bird. Now named Yes or Yeah. Could we have an EV evolution system where it's that's a small bird with no arms or wings? Because right now, our evolution system is one directional, but I think we could have a split. The only problem is, I feel like if it's a split, then we have to like it has to be like item based. So I think what it would be is there'd have to be something like certain items could be like transform. Because I want to keep this really simple scripting wise. So I have it very simple. Every Sneakymon can chain evolution. So Sneakymon says who it can evolve into. So we could have items that are items that if you use them on certain Sneakymon, they just change them into another family type of thing. And then that would work.
Oh god. Yeah, that's confusing.
I mean, evolution is pretty simple right now. The idea is most of these things evolve based on time, and so how it works is you as a user have a 1% chance every hour for your Sneakymon to evolve while watching our streams. And that's our gimmick. Oh, we gotta
So
I gotta talk to. It might probably. You might sometimes you guys might evolve off stream too. That's a potential too, because because the thing is, if we try to run the tech and test it, there's a chance. Well, I guess you have to be there. You have to be in chat. No. Never mind. I was thinking about how this would work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, a gremlin would be like, oh, well, my Sneaky Mon would never evolve. Well, I would imagine we would also just have items that you use, and they evolve one of your Sneaky Mons. I'm going to make it so every item, though, is very simple to use. So it's not going to be like you use an item and target a Sneaky Mon, probably. It's probably just going to be like you use an item, and one of your Sneaky Mon randomly evolves.
I kind of like that. Even though even though it's awful.
Well, I mean, you can control it. Just only catch one Sneaky Mon, and you're good. If you catch five, then... Because, when you battle, you can't decide what you can use or not. No, I have not added none of the things. I have not touched the Sneaky Mon document this year. I haven't been working on really adding anything right now because there is 144 things in this that I still got to name. When you guys send me this stuff, I basically just get it into the next set of workload. And then basically, if you message me in Discord at some point, I am going to respond to you, but it literally could take me a month, especially if you just sent me something small, like you sent me just a Sneaky Mon. I'll eventually get to it, but it's always one of those things where, especially depending on when you guys send me messages. Sometimes what happens, and it's happening right now, is when I do this type of stream, people message me during the stream, and then there's 30 messages, and after stream I just don't read any of them because I don't have time for that, but sometimes if you message me in the middle of the week, it's a message pops up and I might get to it, but it's just you kind of have to just be patient. And I always tell people the way it works is I always go through my Discord messages when I take time to go through them from the bottom up, so it's always the person who is the oldest that hasn't talked to me. So hilariously, anytime you send me new things, it bumps up your conversation.
Yeah.
Which was funny because Ghost last year kept sending me great videos, but every time he would send me a video, it would bump up his conversation, and I wasn't talking to him. It's just one of those things. And then once I get to know you, if we work on a lot of stuff, small little projects, then I recognize your username and stuff, and then I'll take notice. But usually it's always one of those things if I get overwhelmed with people trying to talk to me, and then I go, oh, I have 50 messages I got to get to. I have to pick a day and do that. And what I like to do is dedicate my Tuesdays to community stuff. And usually every Tuesday, that's what I'm going to be trying to do is try to clear up my Discord. But I've been trying to take time off in January. And we discovered this cool Mandalorian show. So that's kind of where all my time's been going on this. Okay, hold on. There was some stuff I wanted to look at here. These dice. So I really like these dice. These dice break a lot of the rules of you're not allowed to create your own evolution tree, but we'll make this kind of an exception to the rule just because it's a really fun idea of just all these dice. Yeah. So we need a way to name them because I feel like they have to have a name that kind of grows and makes sense because there's so many of them, and we have to figure out their types.
Deep?
Are they deep because they're dice?
They're dice. That's pretty
deep,
meta.
Very
right?
meta. I think they're kind of meta to be dice and stuff. It starts out as a coin too.
Yeah.
That's our second coin Sneaky Mon. And we made the other coin Sneaky Mon deep, right? The one that does all the.
It's gotta be.
Well, yeah, we're always using it for meta flips and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like an unofficial mascot. It's not Pikachu. It's just one of them. R in deep type. Oh, right, because it's treasure. Because it's an actual golden coin, so it's pirate treasure. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Makes so much sense. You like that?
Sure.
The 6. You see all I'm doing is I'm just saying.
No, I see now.
Yeah.
I see.
The 6. All right. So this is D2. I didn't want to spell this, guys. Now remember, we want the spelling to be bad. That's always the point, because eventually we want to have commercial breaks on stream where it goes, "Who's that Sneaky Mon?" and you can guess, right? Yeah. Ooh, I kind of like Perspective Earth. Perspective, you have a different name in Discord, and I know that, but I can never remember your connection. Deter? Deter? Deter?
Okay.
Deter? Deter? Okay. Defer? 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 How do you want to do defer, guys? Oh, Olivia. You know what? I was going to guess that, but I didn't want to guess. Hi, Olivia. Defer? Defer? Deter? 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 Defer? Defer? I also think their name should always get longer. Like, every name here should get longer all the way to the last guy, right?
Sure.
Because D100 is just going to be harder to say anyway. Defer? I kind of like Crazies. Defer, but it's not long enough. Defer? Defer? We could add another R. Defer? Defer?
Yeah, this feels kind of cheap.
Defer? What do you mean by cheap?
Well, it doesn't actually seem longer. Just it looks like we added more letters. Like the syllables are the same. Defer? Okay, what about if we spelled it D-I-E? Defer? It almost does it sound like he's saying die? Defer? 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 No, my argument's stupid because they do have the same syllables. So
yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It starts with D. Defer? D2. Defer? D4. Defer? Defer? Let's try to break down this word. Defer? That's deaf. For the sound.
It really doesn't help when you break it down like this.
It does, doesn't it? So it doesn't help? I think it does.
No, it makes it harder.
Really?
Yeah.
Diff? See, I think we need that O sound.
O sound?
You don't think so?
Oh. Okay, now I see what you're saying. But now that looks too normal.
It does. It looks so normal now. Okay, Cornelius has introduced a new one. What about this?
I immediately like that more.
I like
for
that.
Some reason.
All right, let's move on.
Okay. See, if you want it to get longer, this is such a.
Okay, fine.
short-
I'll do it again.
Okay.
Six. That's not gonna work. Six. No, I don't like that at all. Six. Okay, what about this?
What?
Just throw a fucking curveball. So in my mind, I've tried to make it like the sound of a dice rolling.
Rolling. Okay. You know what? Sure. I hate that we have sound effects in our naming.
Oh my god. It's so funny, dude.
So stupid.
Okay.
It's just a
All right.
sound effect.
Guys, how do we pronounce the click? How do we pronounce
Yeah. Well, oh my god.
We got a problem, guys.
So stupid.
How do we pronounce this?
Okay.
So it sounds like lock
What?
without the O. There we go. No. Does it sound like that?
Okay.
What about like that?
Why an L though?
That sounds like luck. Okay. And the rest we got,
What is it? Silent L?
Yeah, I like Olivia. Olivia's got it. Actually, Fused Blackblade has an interesting one because he's also doing it. He's started with a T. How do you start with a T?
I don't know.
Okay, no. Okay, we can't use Wooloo, can we? Wooloo. 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 Okay, actually, Bobo Milkman. You know what? I hear that B. Wooloo. We can't have the extra capital.
No, yeah.
Wooloo.
Oh yeah, no, we can't have the capital. Yeah.
I'll get. That's it. That's guys. Wooloo. You hear the, then you hear the boo, then you hear the lulu. Wooloo. Wooloo. That's the fat. Let's move on. We got more dice to do. You don't like that?
This fucking spell, the sound effects is gonna kill this game.
Okay, so we got the fat. Okay.
No one's gonna look at that word and pronounce it how you just pronounce it. Sorry.
D8. 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 Is it too? Does it sound too much like seeing D8? D8. D8.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's a sound? D8. D8. Yeah, I think it sounds too much like it. Okay. D8. 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 How's that one? D8. D8. D8.
Now all I get is a sound effect.
Okay, Steph, that's good. Starting with TH or TCH.
Okay.
D8. You start with that. D8. D8. I like what Corn's got going.
I like how there's a pause, so it sounds like two words, but we have to say this one.
There's no pause. That's the you're right. Here you go. A lot of those H's are silent.
Oh, God.
What about that? Well, how many H's does it have? Because more than 5 would be a waste. 1, 2,
for sure.
1, 2, 3,
6, right?
4, 5. See, 6 H's, guys. That we all know that's too much.
Careful.
Let's double check. Let's double check these names, okay? Because we can't be having more than 5 letters in a row. Can we go add that to the rules?
We need a script.
We have rules for this, right? SneakyMon.robtv.
There might not be a written rule.
It's not, but we need to go put. Not allowed to put more than 5 letters.
5 letters.
5 of the same letter in a row. That's illegal. Okay? We have important rules here. We got a spreadsheet. You can go to sneakymon.robtv to read our important rules. Names. Okay. You cannot have more than 5 of the same letter because more than 5 is a waste.
Consecutively, right?
In a row.
Yeah.
I'd say consecutively, but that's really hard to spell, so I'm not going to try.
Okay.
I don't think there's anybody who's put 5 letters in a row. Here's how many are this?
I'd be surprised.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. See, they knew. When we named Nagorp here, we knew.
I feel like we knew this subconsciously, so maybe it's not a thing in here.
All right. So who do we got now? The fat. Day. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of D2 now. So we got D10, and the last one was D. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. I don't like it. It's too simple. 10.
Is that really what it is?
10.
Oh
No,
my God.
it's too bad. 10. Okay. That's a good sound, but I don't think it fits with our day. It doesn't sound like D10 at all.
They all sound different anyway.
Yeah, but look, I can tell you it doesn't fit. These sounds, they all go together. Okay, they all make sense. This one, that one's, I don't know what that means.
Okay.
This sound, you guys can. This sound could be used for another Sneaky Mon. It's not going to be this one. So what sound do we want? We want like, oh, okay. 10. Okay, I think we can use that one. 10. That's going to be hard, guys, because you know you're not allowed to put a lot of D's in a row. But clearly, I only said the letter D. I tried to say D 10 times. Which we just made a rule we can't do, so I tried to do it. I tried to just say the same letter 10 times in a row. 10. Well, I mean, they're getting longer, right? Eventually, they're supposed to get really long.
Well, I thought it'd be like a gradual ramp up. This is just a wall.
Hey, what's up, Kilvonus, dude? I'm excited for tonight for doing our roleplay stuff. I gotta end my stream. Like, we cannot do this for more than another half hour, guys. Like, tops. Anubis, what's up? 10. Okay, should I redo this one? Is that what you're saying? You don't think it's day? This one, by the way, day. And this one, that's got to be my favorite one. Like, Kilvanis, this is Sneaky Mon. It is absolute nonsense thing we're building for the stream that's community based, and we at some point we're gonna have these commercial breaks so I can take breaks on streams, and we already have like all the commercials. We haven't really rolled it out. But one of the things we want to have is in every commercial break it goes, "Who's that Sneaky Mon?" And then if you can spell this nonsense, then it's yours. you can catch the Sneaky Mon, or you can have the Sneaky Mon or something crazy. But yeah, so taking breaks on stream is something that like streamers need to do, but no streamer does because they can't, because if they do, they lose viewers. I'm going to build a stream where my viewers want me to go on break. Going on break is the best part of the stream theoretically, because that's when we do all the fun mini games and we have a bunch of like goofy videos, and that's when like stuff can really like take off with some of our tech, because like we have like fun tech that we're like slowly rolling out. Like, here, Gavanis, have some cheese. Oh, look at this. You may have one piece of cheese. Oh, your mouse looks good. We need to get you a hat someday. Katie, by the way, thank you for the sub. Thank you for enjoying the streams here. We want to have this fun tech so people can like battle with these things. They can collect them. I want to turn them into Tamagotchis. Eventually I want to tie the extension into a literal mobile app where if you go and you walk a certain amount every day, I'll give you goofs to goof on our stream with. I'll give you fun, usable things that interact with the stream. Lots of like game within a game stuff. Because in my mind, if I make my community and the people who watch me more healthy, you guys will have better lives. And I like that aspect. And I like anything that lets me take my work life and make it more healthy as well. So I love this idea of having a literal app that makes it so if you guys can walk as much as me, or you walk a certain amount every day, then you earn cheese and other nonsense we do on stream to use for other fun little goofs, you know? I don't know, Kiba. This is an idea. The app thing, we're not even going to do this year. That's something that I would try to do next year for next summer. And that depends on how well this year goes. You know, depends how much we grow and how much I can invest in this stuff. So, is Twitch my job, dude? Well, that's a hard question to answer. Twitch isn't really my job, but it is my main platform I perform on. I'm basically an artist by trade, right? So people support me mostly on Patreon to do these creative projects. We have a pretty big YouTube channel too. Do I have a day job? Oh, no, Kilvonis. I've been doing professional content online since out of high school. Like I did Unforgotten Realms for Escapist Magazine. And then after that, we had such a fan base that I started just doing YouTube videos and was living off ad revenue. And then about in 2015 is when we started our Patreon. That's where my fans really just kind of clicked with them, just like, hey, if we buy this guy lunch every month, he can just make creative, cool things. So I've been doing that for a while. I've been thinking about getting a day job, though. Which might be weird for somebody who's like, but this is the dream job, joining Twitch. But I'm not sure anymore, because I feel like then that's kind of why I'm trying to build this stream in a way where I'm going to be able to perform and do these cool, fun talking streams with you guys. Because I don't really know what the future is going to be either way right now. Hey, Noddle, how's it going, my man? So it's kind of both scary and not scary, because I would like to do full-time content creation online, but I want to be able to invest more money in some of the stuff I'm building, and I can only do that with a bigger audience. And so if I don't have that audience, I almost feel like it might be better to do a mix of getting a part-time job so that I can hire more software devs and stuff. Hire more people to do all these fun projects and stuff, you know. What I used to do is I used to not really treat myself well, and I would just like overwork myself on some of these projects. But yeah. So I am a Justin TV partner, Kilvonis. Like I joined this platform when it was still Justin TV, and I became a Justin TV partner very quickly because I brought a fan base to this website. So it was like I have a much different path. Like these days, people try to become content creators on Twitch, whereas I mostly am just a content creator online, and I just try to get people to kind of support me. I don't want to be a project manager, Kilvonis. I have managed projects because out of necessity for the ideas I've wanted to build. But honestly, over the last few years, I don't like being the manager in any way. So I've decided instead I'm just going to like work with people for just the hell of it while I can. You know, well, because I have a community who supports me for doing these arts, and like I started this cool Mandalorian series, which I probably wouldn't have done just because I was trying to work with people with inside my community, and so that was really interesting to me. And I've been doing that a lot, you know. Like a lot of people want to see that old cartoon I did at the start of my career 12 years ago called Unforgotten Realms. And last year at Christmas time, during my Christmas special, I announced that I'm taking all my creative works that I've made over the last 12 years and I'm putting them in the public domain in 5 years. And we were talking about that at the beginning of the stream, but the reason why I'm doing that is because I can't sit on them like dragons, and I really love the idea of people being able to, if my art, if like the stuff they grew up with inspires them to make stuff, then that's cool for me, because I probably won't do anything with all these old art projects I've made, honestly. I'm going to keep developing my characters and building up to the next thing, but I mean, when I stopped doing Unforgotten Realms back then, I just kind of sat on all these assets and haven't ever really used them for cartoons or anything, because why would I? But what was cool is I gave the entire intellectual property to a guy named Johnny Vorez, and he was one of the original creators of the animation. And kind of right before Escapist Magazine, we kind of like split up, and so I went and like did this animation show, and he had kind of helped me build it, and so I gave the whole show back to him. And because I always would talk to him every few times every year, and he was always really excited and had so much energy for this. And when I realized I was going to put my work in the public domain, I was like, you specifically, bud, you can own the thing that we worked with, because he loved it. And that was really cool, because when I did that for Johnny, it inspired him so much that he went and he animated a cartoon which is insane because if you've done any sort of animation online, like he pulled this 15-minute animation like kind of out of his butt in 2 weeks. And I've done that, like that type of animation in 2 weeks. That's crazy. So Johnny gets the weird quality of, he's the very first video I've ever put out on the internet that I have not done anything. I didn't write it. I didn't voice it. There's no part of it that is actually me, to be honest. It is entirely Johnny. And it was a gift from him for the IP. And this year, what Johnny wants to do is he wants to make a cartoon with it. And he's like writing episodes, and I'm going to help voice it and whatever help he needs. I'm just a supporting role this time. But one of the things he wants to do is he wants to make it so he can teach other people the animation, because I don't consider myself an animator. I'm the type of person where if I can figure out things, right? And I had such a good set of tools that I was able to stumble and become an animator for Escapist Magazine for a few years, getting paid for a full-time job. And that was neat. And so it's my full belief that like anyone in our creative community here, if they're interested in animating these cartoons, could animate them with us. And what's interesting about that is I would love to just improv role play my characters and write people's scripts that they could animate. So we have this weird thing where animation is too expensive online to do. And the only animation that gets done is passion projects. So I, as the artist, am now giving my art away to people to help make their passion projects. Which is cool, because I would have loved when I was, a young artist, 15, 20, 25, if I could have worked with the art I grew up with, like Dragon Ball Z. I would have loved if I could use this art and make something of my own with it, And so because I realized that, I was like, holy smokes, I'm not going to sit on all of this U-Realms Live or any of the Dwarves versus Zombies or that Lord's lore. I'm not going to sit on any of those stories, any of that. I'm going to just give that stuff away. It just makes way more sense. Because like my whole game, my entire career has been a lot of hey, I'm going to make stuff, support me so I can keep doing it. Support.rap TV. Give me $1 a month if you want to be a lifetime fan and you like what I do and you like the nonsense I make. I used to feel really bad about talking about money too. Like when I first started doing this job, we talked about this on Digital Bards before. There's some people in chat, I felt bad asking people for money. Like I used to think like the stuff I would do isn't worth it, And I actually see a lot of hate on the internet where people don't respect, streamers in general. Now I've always gone like the extra mile in streaming. Like, this camera thing is just me kind of like showing off on the fly, because the other streamers are always like, oh, how are you doing that? And it's like, I will literally teach you. I'll show you everything you need to do. Just ask. Because that's the kind of creator I want to be now. The creator's creator. And so this year I'm going to be working on a lot of community projects, pretty much with anyone in my community that would like to work with me. And I'm going to be working on a lot of small, smart projects. I'm not going to build anything that's like I fall in love with, because that's not true. I'm going to love all the projects I work on. I'm just not going to love them more than I love myself, because I probably shouldn't. But all the things I used to make, that's kind of how they got made. They got made because I was like an irresponsible artist, and I would put way too much time into these things, And so I thank you anyone who like that stuff mattered to you growing up. You're like, U-Realms, Lords, fucking Unforgotten Realms Live, or just the original Unforgotten Realms Live. Like I get nice messages all the time from people who are just like, thank you for this. And because I get messages like that all the time, I'm like, all right, you can have it. Just please take the art. Okay. This is the year of the rat. You can have all my art in 5 years. So you can have it in the year of the dragon. Okay. Chinese New Year, 5 years from now, 2024, year of the dragon. And if you'd like to make art sooner, like there's some people that wanted me to sign papers because they want to use it in corporate art. And I'm like, nah, I appreciate that you love my characters and you want to incorporate them in the actual universes of corporate world, trust me, I want them in those universes. I want the credibility of saying, oh my God, that character is actually in Dungeons and Dragons. That's really cool. But I won't sign any legal things until they're in the public domain because, I don't really want to. Technically 4 years from now, no, you're Glory, you're not counting 0. It's 2020. So 2020, 21, 23, 22, 23, 24. So we're not starting on 2021. So, So that's my logic going into this year, is helping people make art, really kind of talking to my community, really just like when I get these messages from people who are like, your art really helped me grow as a person. I'm like, will you please support me $1 a month? Because that's what I need. I need to get all those people who love that, and if they can, just to give me a little bit every month to let me just keep making this art. And now I'm just going to make it in a different way. I'm not going to make it in that selfish, I'm going to think I'm Tolkien and make U-Realm's live universe. Nah. I'm just going to help make people make fun little projects. I'm going to do stuff that's fast and quick, and the Mandalorian thing me and Gengar are doing, we fucking love it. It's simple. It's easy. And I know it's not going to be our best project, but I think it's going to bring a lot of people into the community. I think it's going to be the type of thing where I can get a lot of people in the community involved in a fun editing project if they want to. And that's fun as well, So, man, it is already 4. We can't do more Sneaky Mon stuff, guys. That Kiba, that is fair. Like if you haven't seen the Mandalorian show and you're not watching my abridged series, I think that is utterly, I think that's a smart idea, because the Mandalorian is a really good show. So I wouldn't actually watch my show. Just know that you're really going to enjoy it. And if you're not really into the Mandalorian, you probably could have that reverse experience where you watch mine, which you watch my show, and then you go watch the Jon Favreau one, and you're going to notice a lot of jokes that you didn't quite get. Because like there's some things that we do in the abridged version that is kind of just quirky, and we're making references to the actual Mandalorian, so you wouldn't get them if you didn't watch the Mandalorian. So it has that fun duality. Like Ghost, who's working on the project, he's not even a Star Wars fan. And I like that, because I'm a little bit of a Star Wars fan. I've seen everything Star Wars related, except maybe some of the side animation stuff, which I've always heard is really good. I'm just not that deep a fan. But I grew up with those games. Like I watched episode 1 so many times as a kid that it's hard to not like it, even though I also know why it's not good. Like it's undebatably not that good of anything. Star Wars episode 1, like the star of the movie starts with Jedis that land on a spaceship to talk about trade diplomacy, and Jedis don't do trade diplomacy, so why would Jedis even be there to be doing trade diplomacy? And if you were doing trade diplomacy with Jedis, why would you gas them and then just assume they're dead? If you guys have never seen, who talks about this in great depth? Mr. Plinkett, Red Letter Media. Those guys can be, they're chaotic neutral, definitely chaotic neutral, but they can be really fun. And I like watching them stuff. They do a lot of fun, like old movie recaps. A lot of weird. You learn a lot of cool, quirky things. Deep Space Nine. What does Deep Space Nine start with that? I mean, I've seen Deep Space Nine. I don't like. Some people love Deep Space Nine, and I don't get that. I think Deep Space Nine is a good Star Trek show, by far. Oh, have you seen Mr. Plinkett? Oh, I love the Mr. Plinkett reviews, Bob. Those were so good. Deep Space. Okay, here's the thing. Deep Space Nine is nothing but diplomacy, but it's good. Because it's a show you watch about diplomacy. It was like Star Wars Episode 1 has diplomacy in it, and it was not as good. I still like Star Wars Episode 1, though, because pod racing was amusing as a kid. The pod racing in 64 game, oh my god. When you get what is his name who shoots the fire out of his bike? He had that in the game, dude. What's the racer that Anakin has to beat who has a flame? Sebulba. Double tap R. Sebulba, once you unlocked him, could kill other people, and I'm pretty sure they were out of the race. Like if you flame jet them once and you destroy their pod racer, they're out. So Sebulba, you could just destroy everyone, and that's just how you could win races. That's a fun character unlock. That's got to be in like top 10 character unlocks. Okay, just right off the bat. Yeah, the Mr. Plinkett has Star Wars reviews, and honestly, if you're not even a Star Wars fan, you would enjoy his reviews of Star Wars because he breaks down every scene per scene and just points out, why would you do this? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? And the thing is, when you watch these Star Wars movies, you're just like, it's future space thing. I'm not going to think about all these small things. But boy, when you actually stop and think about all the little small things in Star Wars, it's out of control, like nothing makes sense. Like usually when you're writing anything, you're trying to write like, what would the character do next? That's why I think role-playing is so powerful for writers, because you put your mind in the character, it becomes really easy to make choices for the character. Whereas in a lot of writing, sometimes I find it can be very stale because the characters are written in a way that people don't behave. And like if characters don't act the way people act, then it's weird. Like we as the audience go, why are you doing this? Nobody would do this. This is a bad, illogical choice. You either have to understand the character really well and be like, well, the character makes sense why they would do that. That's the thing you can do. Characters can make weird choices that people would never make, as long as you, as like the creator, establish that they can do that, you know? Like if you establish a character is out of their mind, well, then it would make sense for them to do something out of their mind, you know? But a lot of times in shows and stuff, you'll see characters who are just like templates or archetypes of something, and that's all they are. Hey, Steph. Uncanny Valley. Yeah, you hear Uncanny Valley when you see like a CGI face, and you're like, that's not a real person. But you see a lot of scripts too. Like, come on, everyone here has seen some TV show or movie where you look at it and you're just like, nobody would do that. It happens at least once. You get mad at the character because the character makes a choice that is completely illogical, you know? I find that's probably one of the most aggravating things you'll ever have in shows. And usually when characters do things they're not supposed to do, those are usually the moments where you as the audience member completely disconnect from the show. Mm-hmm. When you're just like, okay, this is stupid. This is just, I don't like this anymore. I was into it, but now the characters are just behaving in a way they don't, you know? Oh, what's up, Baby Shoes? Honestly, Baby Shoes, the Crew RP is one of the warmest families I have on the internet. It's a new family, but it is a family that gives me nothing but respect, which is amazing. Because like I'll go on this server and I'm always impressed with how much everyone respects each other. Like honestly, and it's because everybody's trying to roleplay, and you learn real quick that without respect you cannot roleplay good. Like I think that's just you kind of learn that. Like if there's no respect, man. But like I've been watching a lot of the streams in the community over this last month, and you know, last year I was telling my fans, hey, don't you join this server unless you're really into the roleplay. Okay. If you want to dip your toes into roleplay, I think the server's finally in a good spot where it makes sense, and you should apply. If you've ever been interested in roleplay and you got yourself some sort of microphone, that's one of the hardest parts. The microphone doesn't have to be the thing that scares you away, but I'll tell you right now that when people don't have good microphones, it usually always hurts the roleplay, because if it's hard to understand you, then there's miscommunications and stuff like that. I honestly think one of the easiest solutions is some of the all-in-one headsets. I used to love those Microsoft Live Chat headsets. That's what I used to sound like in Pokemon Rob. Mm-hmm. I still think they're pretty good, but there's probably some better research stuff, you know. I also think it's not bad to get like a simple like Blue Yeti or something. The reason why I say Blue Yetis is because there are probably so many like discount Blue Yetis on like Craigslists and websites that sell used products, because there are a lot of like the first mics people go to, and like I'm still using mine for Megan's, because like I've talked about this before. Oh no, baby shoes, I'm spoiling stuff if you haven't heard. But this is my old mic, and I still plan on using it for playing 2 characters in Grand Theft Auto, because that's how I'm going to elevate my roleplay this year. I'm going to have conversations with myself. We're going to see how the meta stays with that, but I think it's a really interesting thing. It's a novelty that I want to bring to the server so that we have somebody who does that. I think that's real. I think it's gonna be really cool when somebody comes into the stream and they're like, "Wow, that Cheeto character is funny, and I like that Monica character," and then somebody could say, "That's the same person." And so me and Megan are gonna start playing together, and we're almost all set up. And she's basically gonna play one of the characters, and then I'm gonna be able to voice both of them. There's a lot of small logistics issues I'm kind of designing, because Megan also needs to be able to have like voice things that are in those characters' voice, just in case we have to separate and I have to have 2 conversations at once. So there's some trickiness to it. But I'm very excited because it's the type of thing where it allows us to do so much. Why do I need 2 microphones for that? Because Megan plays at the other computer. And the other thing is, Danny, is it's a logistics thing, but it's also an ease of use thing. This has to be something that is easy for me to do. So the easiest way to do this is to hook a foot pedal that goes to Megan's computer. That's one voice. Trying to feed Megan a microphone and deal with delays and stuff. It's all about ease of use. And the thing I love is the idea of just moving this mic over here and then talking this way, talking this way, talking this way, talking this way, and then doing 2 conversations. You know? So. One of the first characters I'll probably bring in with Megan is going to be a character named Grant the Grunt, who only grunts. And so that I can give Megan basically a set of keys that are just like positive, negative, question, reaction, and then we can mess with that. Yes, see, Savine, Savine understands why this is fun for me, because Savine plays characters, and he is one of the people on our server where people go, "Wait, you're also so-and-so?" Because he plays the little old Granny Mildred, but he also plays the big, silly, dumb bodyguard Bob. And you also play the pilot, anti-vampire character. I can't remember all your characters' names. Look, the fact I can remember 3 is impressive. That just goes to show you how powerful Sabine's characters are. And I have the same duality with Monica and Cheeto are so different that it's very easy to not know they're the same person. And I love. Hi, Stephanie. You've been here a while, Steph, haven't you? I saw you, Billy Ahoy. I just don't have the Steph memes, right? Does this Steph meme work? No. It's not on my soundboard. Steph, I need to. It's coming, Steph. Your ability to it's coming. Okay. Just one of these days, there's so many tech things that are just all going to turn on at once. It's going to be exciting. But I love this idea of playing 2 characters at once. I really love having that for our server, because when we have new people or new fans in the audience, it's just going to blow people's mind away. We're going to be able to do things, Andy, where like Cheeto's a cop. Oh, there's your new mouse, Steph. Oh, we hilariously don't have a way to spawn cheese today, but not all can show off your fancy new mouse. Look at that, your polar bear mouse. But anyway, yeah, with this two character thing, I love the idea of when there's new people in the server too, we could really blow them away. Like Cheeto's a cop right now, but I would love to have it where Cheeto maybe is not a cop again, or becomes a security guard maybe for Monica. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to keep him as a cop for a long time because it's really fun to hang out with you guys as a cop. But I love the idea of like let's say we bring someone new into the server and we want to give them like a really good tour, we can introduce them to Monica and then introduce them to Cheeto and then have it so Cheeto and them rob Monica. And then after all that's done and they've had a really fun roleplay time, we can be like, by the way, that was all the same person. You robbed a guy with his other guy. I think that's just hilarious. It's such a insanely silly goof. So yeah, I did look, Andy, I know you guys are trying. The thing is, Cheeto says that because I'm always trying to get the cops to understand that they don't have to try super hard. You know? Let's go to another jam. Honestly, the other night was a really fun night, Andy. Like, I loved how we started off teaching that one girl to do the pylon cones. I was going to stream, Andy. Like, honestly, me and Andy wasn't streaming either. So me and Andy were having such fun on the GTA Crew server. And I was like, I'm too tired to stream. But I was like, this is damn funny content. What is happening? Because, like, we went to go teach somebody how to drive their car. And Andy had the hilarious idea of, we'll go to the strip and we'll set up pylons. So then he told me to set up the pylons. So as a bit, halfway through, I put spike strips down and kept setting up the pylons because I was just setting up a bit. So Andy does not tell me at any point that it's like, all right, it's ready. Get out of the way, Cheeto. He just tells the driver to go while I'm still setting up. So I hadn't even like done a bit. I hadn't even done anything. I just had spike strips. So this girl, I think it was Delta. Delta's just driving through these pylons. Eventually hits the spike strips. Car's just totaled. All four tires popped. She just goes sliding. Yeah, Andy's yelling at me, and I'm like, I was like, this has changed my bit. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. So I'm just like, well, yeah, I put this down for safety, so I don't get run over when I'm putting down the cones, dude. And I love that. I love when I set up something and then I have to improvise it into something else. It's such a fun, good creative practice for me. So. Oh, you guys make me all nostalgic. I'm going to be playing more and more Crew RP. Honestly, a lot of the stuff I'm doing here in January, I'm trying to take a break, but I'm also kind of just trying to work on a lot of little things. I'm trying to make it so streaming's easier for me. So I have some cool stuff set up to perform with the rest of the year with like, multiple mics. Where's this thing? Can I this thing? Multiple mics in the Grand Theft Auto. And then once I'm kind of all set up, I'm just going to perform content all the time, so... How do you join the roleplay? Does somebody have a link to where people can apply for the Crew RP? I appreciate that, Lord Momo. Staz, I'm winding down my stream. We start talking about Crew RP and everyone jumps in. Oh, Delta's in chat. Hey, Delta. Yeah, go ahead and if you guys from our community, last year I was trying to like, you know what I didn't want to happen last year? I didn't want us taking over the server because it was a very small community and we're a roleplay community. So I didn't want to come in and just like, it's suddenly there's just, 40 of us. So I was really just like, hey, only do this if you're really into roleplay. But now the server's at a point where it's getting to a point where it can really let in more people who want to like try roleplay for the first time. In my opinion, it's always kind of been like that, but in my opinion, it's probably good for our community right now. You'd probably come in and you'd probably be able to have a good experience. So if you're interested in doing any of this roleplay stuff, please go ahead and join. Now, I would not join because you specifically want to roleplay with me. I would join because you're interested in roleplay. Because if you join just because you're in role-playing with me, you're probably going to be very disappointed because I only go where the stories are. And truthfully, I probably won't play that much till like summertime. I'm just going to be like a bit character, coming on once or twice a week at most. Once my computer's done, I'm going to bring Monica in for a lot. We're going to do a lot of Monica stuff, especially on Monica Mondays, when we're dressing up as Monica. So... lot of things, a lot of small little projects in the works. Yeah, I'll show you one more before we end. There's so many small things, can't really talk about them all, but we'll talk about Dark Clouds. I got Dark Cloud working on a fun little show. Here, hold on. Let me show them Dark Cloud what you're working on here. Hey, what's up, Jedi? This is the time to stream, by the way, guys. It's 4 o'clock. You guys all show up at 4. So this Delta is making me something fun for roleplay nonsense. Now, at Christmas time, you may have saw all our sneaky mice during that one Space Squirrels animation at the end. Well, I need like... Why did that sound play? Why did a sneaky mon sound play? I'm so confused. Anyway, this is a little application that Dark Cloud is making for me that'll let us have like a way to talk to all the different character mice, so I can do a literal like round table of all my characters from like Monica to Cheeto to Phineas in their mouse form, so we can do some fun goofy You're the Rat stuff. Yeah, I thought I would show it off, Dark. It's cool. You know, I don't mind showing the secrets of what everyone's working on, Dark, for a few reasons. Because not all projects get finished, so I'd rather show your work. One, so people are like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You're working on it." Might help inspire you a little bit because you get excited because other people can see your thing. Sometimes, that always helps. And because, like I've been saying, is if anybody comes to my stream, if they're coming to Digital Bards to like listen to me talk for hours, then they care about the meta, they care about us and the artists. So I like telling you guys about the secrets. Crew RP people, by the way, I do have a new character. I have noticed that there's not a lot of crime characters. And what happens is a lot of the crime characters end up becoming story characters very fast. You know what I mean? Like, I like Cheeto, for example. Man, he was doing crime and then he just stopped doing crime. And I need a character that will forever do crime. And I believe I have one for you guys. It came up in a recent project as of last weekend. It's a concept character I've been creating. But it's a very powerful one. His name is Mr. Robot. Please call him Rob. And he's a robot who sounds like this.
Hello, I am Mr. Robot. I am here to steal the money from the bank. Hello, Stas. I have heard you are a lawyer. Can you reduce my sentence so I can commit more crime?
I'm gonna do a robot. I like the idea of a robot, because a robot who's programmed to commit crime only commits crime. So, I did not get to meet Crimebot. Isn't that your character, Stas? I started doing this robot character for my Mandalorian series, and then I was like,
I need to flesh this character out. This character could be very good at stealing and shooting people because he has no remorse, as I am a robot.
I like it. I always find the voice mod characters are hard to do for a long time, but when I was working on the Mandalorian thing, I was working for a couple hours to get like the Go XLR set up so it would sound just about right, and I really liked
this robot configuration. It's really good for making robot sounds too. Hilariously,
I had to do this for the Mandalorian. This is how some of the foliage was done. Is remember when you were a kid and you'd go pew pew. That's how we do the foliage quickly here at Rob TV. We just do it with our mouths. It's pretty simple. All right. I think it's time to wind down, though. It's 4:30. I want to go do some role-playing with Kilvanis. And Baby Shoes, are you playing tonight? Jedi, are you playing tonight? Like, I need to stop stream so I'm ready for that later. Are you guys doing the this roleplay thingy? Zalia, hey, thank you for the 16 months. Sorry, we didn't get to hear your mouse kind of going off because I had the music still down. You're gonna be in? It's exciting. Now, what time that starts at 6, right? See, if it starts at 6, guys, we gotta wind down. All right, guys, this has been fun. Sorry I started a little late, kind of cut some of our time today. Send me cool things. If you want to work on projects with me, please reach out. I'm going to try to actually get through my PMs this week because I know there's a bunch of you who are like, Rob, I already did that. You haven't responded to me yet. Okay. Next Tuesday, I'm going to really dedicate some time. This Tuesday, I needed to relax. So I just kind of did some RP with Citra yesterday and Andy and everybody else in the crew RP. But no, it's like Kilvanis' thing, Andy. Kilvanis is like brand new to the crew RP thing. You know what? I'm not actually interested in the game, Andy. I was just interested in the fact that they're basically doing a creative workshop, especially for our voices. So I'm excited about that. You know what I saw? I saw Purple last week workshop on his stream 3 or 4 characters, and then wouldn't you know it, Mr. Bill Lussman, who last year was just, he was like, I'll never have a character as good as Bill Lussman, is like bringing out character after character to try on Crew RP. Like, it's so cool to me to watch everyone's roleplay evolve at such a dramatic speed. Like, I said this earlier in the stream, but even Citra, I saw his roleplay is so much better than it was 4 or 5 months ago. Because I see him doing these bits that are so much more complicated and telling these stories that he's like really diving into, you know? You know what? All it is Baby Shoes, is just don't be afraid. You know what? Especially tonight, Baby Shoes, don't be afraid to try a goofy voice and just go with it. Okay, like last week, that's what I really saw from you guys was a creative workshop. So like, especially because the place like your army stuff was cool. It was cool because it was like, for someone like me who loves the meta, it was very fun to watch because I was watching your characters behave in a meta way. You were Baby Shoes. Purple was Bill Lussman, but you were not. This was in canon. Everything you're doing doesn't count. It's not real. It's like when we're on the test server. So you're role-playing as your character, but it's not real. So you can be dumber, silly, goofier. You can be like the more cartoon version of your character, which is really fun to watch as somebody who already loves and knows your characters. And so that's what I really like about that. You don't like this music, Zoo? This is Mystical Ninja. Mystical Ninja has a lot of banger music, which is why Cheeto Bandito like sings to it, you know? Just don't be afraid to be brave with it, Baby Shoes. Like if you make something and it doesn't work, who cares? Because it's like, I can understand in the crew RP you don't want something to fall flat because you're like, everybody's got these characters and there's a story and I'm adding something to it. Nah, dude, tonight is a creative workshop. 100%. Voices are hard. Voices are something I'm naturally gifted with. But I mean, everyone's gonna have their limit, you know? There are easy tricks you can do, Baby Shoes. They can be hard if you want to have mobility, but there's simple things you can do to like get different sounds out of your voices. I will say confidence is a big thing. Sometimes you just have to do a voice and hope it works. Keep in mind, too, there's a lot of gimmicks you can do for voices, right? For example, being a pirate is simple. Arr, ye matey. Once you just say arr, and you kind of get a pirate accent. So you kind of have to just start finding those little gimmicks, and don't be afraid to copy other people's gimmicks. Because you'll find that whenever you see somebody else do something, if you do it, it won't be the same. It will be different. So you should, anytime you see something that kind of works, like, you know, if somebody does a Chad, dude, you try being a Chad, because when I'm a Chad, I become Cheeto, which is interesting. It's, because it is kind of a Chad character, but it becomes Cheeto, you know? You just gotta fucking do it, man. And you know what? Especially here in the crew RP, dude, don't ever be afraid of just making a character and then having to fucking delete them. Straight up. Like, if you gotta make a character and you go out one night and at the end of the night you're like, I'm not feeling it. Fucking delete it. Start over. Wipe it. You know? Just do it. You know? Or don't delete it. If you have enough character slots, save it until somebody's like, yeah, there's a lot. Until there's somebody, you can throw the character into something, kill it, give the we don't want to do too many throwaway characters, but sometimes it's okay to save a character and then be like, I have this old character and I don't really ever use them. I could use it in the story, and if they die, they die. Because you don't want people dying all the time on the server, but you at the very least want enough of the role play for the doctors to be busy. Our doctor RP is hard because they are so reliant on people getting injured. It's better though. Like with all the new resources on the server, it's so good now. Like I was talking to Citra after we streamed yesterday. It's such a good place. All right, we got to get out of here. We can talk about this forever. I'm definitely going to be doing some other streams this week, probably some Crew RP. On Friday, we're going to be doing Sea of Thieves with Citra, Jedi, Empire. I don't know who's going to be there. Going to be trying to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed Digital Bards. Thank you for coming. Gengar, can we get a round of applause for our boy Gengar here? All right, now we didn't do our intro this week, so our intro is now our outro. So let's just do it up. You want to do it as Mr. Robot? That sounds awful. We're gonna do it, okay, Gengar? That is not. That's not our outro song.
Wait, no, you're really doing that?
No, I won't.
Oh, damn, you're not.
I won't. I mean,
I don't honestly. I don't know if it's a good idea.
It's complicated. I don't even know what Mr. Robot would sound like. Okay. I'll see one of these times. Maybe we'll sing the intro. We're just sing it normally. Let's do it. Show me the money. Show me your time. Show me your passion. I'll show you mine. Give me your money, I said give me your time. Give me your passion, and I'll give you mine. Hey guys, I'm Robert Moran. Here's Gengar. Come on out here, Gengar, one last time. Get your round of applause by me. Good job, Gengar, good show. I like what we're doing with Sneaky Mon. I like what we're doing here. I like working with you guys, doing these fun community projects. Hey, if you like what I'm doing, you go to support.raptv and you pledge $1 a month to become one of my sneaky mice, okay? I want to get that number up. I want to get more mice in my city. The Twitch subs and all that stuff, I don't want to depend on a platform. I just want you to invest in me, the artist, okay? I want you to be like, I like this guy. I like his team. I want to see them do more stuff. I want 2020 to be a bigger year, okay? We're going to find somebody to raid, but thank you guys for coming. Thank you for all the love and support. I will be back later tonight. We're doing, like I said, we're going to be doing a roleplay workshop, essentially. I'm going to be out here with all my characters just doing random goofs. It's going to be chaotic, okay? If you want to see a pure chaos stream, that's coming tonight. Pip! Good to see you, Pip. Zalio, Poza Rica, Aces! Missed some people here. Good to see you guys. We're going to go ahead and raid. I'll be back probably in like an hour and a half here. I'm going to go get lunch. Oh, you know who we're going to raid? We're going to raid into... Cheeto asked this man on a date. I believe Cheeto and Officer 69 are going on a date. Why don't you guys jump in the chat and you ask all about it? You know, we're gonna raid into Chips Gray, another member of the Crew RP server. Gorb, get out of here, Gorb! We're ending the stream. Gorb, my man, I appreciate that. Coming out here right at the end. All right, Gorb, just for you. Show me the money. Show me your time. Thank you, Gorb, for giving me some of... I don't have a rhyme. Oh, look at Noddle giving him the gift sub. Thank you guys for coming. Jump on the raid. Gorb, thank you again, my man, for that surprise gift bomb. I'll be back in an hour and a half, Gorb. So if you just got here, you can come back in an hour and a half. We'll goof, okay? Ask Officer 69 all about the date we got, though. It's coming up.
Alright, Gremlins, and you have yourself an amazing night. Don't worry, Rob TV will soon have cool things for Gremlins coming soon, because we care about the people who look at our VODs, because that's pretty cool that you're like that into the audience that you watch our VODs. Thanks for watching.